Yeah. I get it how I like it, how I flip it, how I rip it, how I get it, how I like it, how I flip it, how I rip it. Yo, I get it how I like it, how I flip it, how I rip it. Yo, I get it how I like it, how I flip it, how I rip it. It's the Toshis and the Bitcoin, it's the XRP, baby. It's the Toshis and the Bitcoin, it's the XRP, baby. Keep it going for that money, keep that going for the sats. Nakamoto told me where it's at. Nakamoto told me where it's at. I'm running after auto sats. Baby, give me XRP. I don't want no sexy treat. I just want that XRP. Baby, give me, boom, 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 boom. Let the beat bang, bang. Like a orangutan swinging from the trees, yo. Can't stop it when I go, when I rock your mic. Keep it going when I'm out all at night. Can't stop, the life is in the train. 618-786, what you gonna bring? I got the illest Fibonacci style. You can't stop me with my hidden bull. You just a player and you sitting still. I'm running on that treadmill. 50 push-ups on the seat though. Banging on your meat though. I am in the street so you can never beat, oh. We keep it ripping, sticking, flipping, hitting. Can't stop it, rock it, keep it going in my pocket. I get it locking, keep it rocking, and it can't stop it. Ooh, we got the pocket square all day in the soda suit. Got my stuff tailored, what you wanna know? I never bailed it. I keep it fresh like the vegetables, like the produce in the kitchen. I keep it flipping when I'm mixing. You can't stop it, keep it going, I'ma hit it. I'm a hitter, I'm a winner, I'm a spitter. You can't keep it draining hits on the winner. I'm in Florida, catch me. Treasure Island banging on a recipe. You can't stop me freestyling all day. Off the top of my dome, I don't play. Get you 10 minutes, get you 10 minutes, get you 10 minutes. Bet you didn't know I was on Spotify. Most of you don't even know I've been doing it. Clowns. Call me a clown to my face, I hit the bass. No place, disgrace, I keep a mace. Lamborghini in the background. I'm on Spotify, you fool. Get smacked up. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. Call me a clown, but you watching me every day. Payaso. Payaso. Thank you, Bear Baker. Yeah, my mic was too hot, right? Yo. Weird. I gotta check these mic levels. All right, check 1, 2. This sounds low to me. It really should be around here. This sounds good to me, but let me know, Jamie. Check my levels for me. My program's telling me that I'm overmodulated extremely. So I just need you there, bro. I'm gonna keep talking. You tell me if I need to be higher or lower, or if I'm just beat, or if I'm perfect. It sounds perfect to me. That's a bit blown out, right? So let's go back down. How's that? How's that? How's that? Check, check, check. See, I'm still getting into the red for whatever reason. So that's good. It was good at first. Interesting. How's that right now? That's pretty good. A lot better, right? Bang, bang, bang. Check on that audio one last time for the people. Perfect. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate that. And let's get back into the music. Music was hot today. I liked it. Shout out to everybody here kicking it with me. Let's break down Bitcoin at 29,526, getting a bit of a pullback here. Let's take a look at what happened. We got a huge pump, dump back down. However, there's still hidden bullish divergence, and we're oversold on the 15-minute. Suggests we might get a pump right back up to the upside. I'm telling you, the hidden bullish divergence is still there. You know, just a liquidity grab possibly on the up and down movement. I did put out a long. We were up already, came back down, but looks like we'd be coming for the move, you know. I mean, the SRSI really wants to push up. So it looks like there could be a pump here for Bitcoin. So only time will tell. I gave an update to my trading group already, where I kind of went in depth. What I did is I talked about the fact that the 4-hour is starting to get a little overbought. So I'm going to do what I just did for my trading group, and I'm going to do it for each and every one of you. All right? And here we go. We're going to take a look at BTC USD on the all-time history index. All right? Price is always a little different than your exchange, so don't worry about that because it's taken in a conglomerate amount and an amalgamated idea, right? Anyway, let's talk about this. Let's break it down. Break it down. First thing I'm going to do is take a look at the weekly. I've told you so many times that it was all we had to do was get above the 200 SMA on the weekly, and we could get a bit of a bullish move here. We got that. Look, we just got above the medium line on the RSI. A big pump can come from that. I'm telling you right now. We have no bearish div on the weekly. It's looking really nice. We still have momentum to the upside. I do not see how this cannot continue to blast. And honestly, this is that falling wedge that I teach you. I'm going to teach you something today that's amazing. See how this came up, came back inside, but it stayed inside the wedge? I'm going to show you a trade that played out this morning, all right? And thank you so much, Jamie. and how I've been able to find that these are imbalanced. Like this weird little move ends up playing out a lot, you know. So look, we'll flip the chart back to the right side here. But that's a falling wedge that broke to the upside, all right? We got well above the 200 SMA on the weekly. Bullish. That is so bullish. That weekly candle closes, it's amazing. I kept telling you all we needed to do was close a candle above the 200 SMA on the weekly and above these two bars as resistance. 28,080 really was the pass-through. Once we got through that, we were gone. And we could easily, look, the VRVP even said that we had a node right there and we hit it. Now, if we can kind of slumble around and go sideways, we're going to hit this next node at 30,000, all right, 126. It's just what's going to happen. Would like to have my glasses. I don't know where I put them. At the last minute, I think I put them in my room, my daughter's room. But now my wife wakes me up this morning. We got home from the party, and my wife wakes up and says, Summer, you know, my daughter was throwing up last night, all night, and she's feeling horrible. So sad, right? On vacation, and my daughter's sick, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, so we'll go from there. This looks like we could continue to pump to the upside here. 29,560. The weekly is absolutely beautiful. Weekly still looks really, really nice. Really nothing stopping us on the weekly. 3-day chart just got a reimbursement of a move up there. See how we started to come, but we curved back up? MACD getting a move. This looks very, very bullish. I've talked about the 3-day hidden bullish divergence over and over and over again. I brought it up till I was blue in the face. I kept saying this is likely going to make a hit, and you're going to make a high above this high to the upside. That's exactly what happened. Shout out to the 400 beautiful souls in the live, 121 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. This ain't your average live stream. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You know, I'm here to educate you. I'm here to push you. I'm here to motivate you. I show up every single day. I fly to different states with a bunch of equipment on me. I pull pounds and stuff through the airports. I do whatever it takes to keep this show going. This is my number one goal. My number one dream is this show. I will never give up on this show. This show has given me so much. My life has bloomed for me showing up every single day. I will continue to do so. Thank you so much to everyone that supports me as I continue to do so. It is not easy to show up for 1,000 days straight. It is not easy to continue, but once you create a habit, once you create a format, once you keep pushing, the discipline becomes your life. The discipline, remember, the desire to change your life, right? The desire to change your life. First things first. The desire, you must have the desire to start. The desire that's what everything starts from, a desire. You desire to change your life, okay? So the desire to change your life, all right? You need that. You need that. You need that, right? Then you have to have the dedication to do it all the time, to start dedicating yourself to whatever this desire is, okay? Then, right? Then you need the discipline, because if you don't have discipline, there's going to be days you don't feel good, you don't feel great, but you're going to have to push forward anyway. The discipline will get you through there, and then the determination to not stop no matter what happens to you. Now, how many people push you down, or how many people break you down? Like someone called me a clown today. How dare someone call me a clown? You think that person would call me a clown to my face? You know what I mean? If I was walking outside with my family and my kids, would that person really come up to me and call me a clown? We know that would not happen, but behind his keyboard, hanging out, he's going to do something like that to me. I don't care. It's a negative frequency. I don't even see it. I shouldn't even bring it up. But the point of the story is I am always going to get hit with adversity. Remember, last night I was in a beautiful mansion at a beautiful party with Gary Cardone, Grant Cardone's brother, and it was a beautiful event. We donated money to, I'm not even going to say what I donated, but I did donate. I stepped up. I was one of the bigger donors to give to the Firemen Benevolence Association, and we were able to raise about, I believe, $30,000 for the Firemen's Benevolent Association in one night, like a 6-hour period from 6 to like 12 o'clock. I was there. Unbelievable. And it was a beautiful night, and the ability to give is really what I'm here for. If I can continue to grow, continue to be successful, continue to push, my life will continue to go forward. I can help other people, right? I have people that are independent contractors that work for me, and, I take care of that, right? So many people work with me, and their lives are intertwined with mine now. So my success is their success. Every single day I have to push forward. Thank you so much for that super chat. And let's see the balls drop into the jar. We haven't seen that in a long time. Boom. Nice interactive. Thank you so much for throwing some chips in my jar. All right. Should I take profit on my 40% gain on AGIX? Yes, always to some of the pot. I can't tell you what to do. I know you're thinking out loud, just kind of vicariously asking, but you got to do whatever makes you happy. All right, so the 3-day hidden bullish played out. We got above the 200 SMA and the 21. You saw me buy so much spot Bitcoin in these areas. It just was insane. 500, 2,000. I bought 2,000 just yesterday on the live stream. $2,000 worth of Bitcoin. I bought it yesterday on the live. That thing's up. We're banging on them. Money keeps flowing in. We keep continuing. We are consistent with what I do. I stay consistent with my ideas. I stick to my strategy. I don't listen to the news. I don't listen to the fear. I have a plan. I stick to my plan. That's a symmetrical triangle that definitely broke to the upside on the 3-day chart. A beautiful move to the upside. Look at that. That has a measured moves, the length of the base. Now, there's a lot of, bearish people here that are like, we're making a right shoulder, and maybe we are. I'm open-minded, but I'll tell you what, it kind of seems like that was the right shoulder. And that would have been it, but it wasn't. Right shoulder could be small. That was a shoulder, and it got negated. Now, could we come up like this and make another right shoulder? There's a chance. I'm open-minded to all the bearishness, but you know what I mean? We'd have to break below. Before any of this has to happen, the first thing that would happen is the 4-hour would lose the 200 SMA. So I'm going to be up. My system is super sensitive to any tiny move, and then I can see how it spreads into other moves. I can watch how the smaller time frames bend into the bigger time frames. That's really my strategy. So don't worry. If you're watching my channel and you're watching a bunch of other bearish people and you start getting nervous, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, because we're going to lose the 200 SMA on the 4-hour before we lose it on the daily. So we're going to lose it here on the 4-hour. We're going to dabble somewhere at 26.6. Then we're going to start heading towards the 200 SMA on the daily. Then we'll lose that, and then we'll head toward it on the 3-day, and then and then we'll lose it on the weekly, and that's when we know it's over. We're not bullish. Things aren't great. So I'm going to be able to tell you immediately when the price action is not bullish anymore. Trust me. I do it every 5 hours. I sleep for ask anyone. I've been sleeping 5 hours a night since I've been on vacation. You know what I mean? Quote unquote vacation. I don't take vacation. I may go somewhere new and look at different things and meet different people, but I am not on vacation. I want to make that really clear. All right. Everyone's like, enjoy your vacation. And I really appreciate the well wishes. I really do. But my life is too intense for vacation. All right. I have employees and I have people that need to be fed. I have people that work. I have people that grind. This is a 7-day-a-week business I must put everything I have to keep it moving. The second I take my foot off the level, the second I stop, I had problems with Wi-Fi in Miami, knocked my channel back weeks just from people being like, what's up? Just a 4-day period of me trying to get to Miami and see different people and network. You know what I mean? I get hit for every little time I take away from YouTube on the algorithm. It is a vicious cycle. If you're not ready to put everything you have, YouTube is very similar to being a professional athlete. I'm sorry, you have to be dedicated to it every single day. I hear people like, I want to be a YouTuber. They reach out to me. My channel's not doing too well. And I'm like, you got to take it as serious as you take like an Olympic swimmer. You got to hit the laps every day. You got to train every day. You got to move every day. You got to have a new plan, a new idea, look at the trend, make a new video, make more content. Look, we did the Jesse Livermore video. We are continuously pushing for you guys every single day. We will not stop. And I hope I'm motivating you right now. I hope I'm getting you excited right now. I hope you're feeling the fever inside of you right now. I hope you're getting it built up right now. I hope you know that you can knock this game out the park like Mike Tyson and keep pushing. May God bless each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. All right. So let's move forward now from the 3-day chart. But the 3-day chart looks absolutely beautiful. Okay. It's got a measured move, the length of the pole, which we're going to give you right now. Write these measured moves down. They take so much time, you'll forget that I put it out by the time it hits. And then weeks later, you'll be like, oh yeah, I don't even remember if that's what happened. When did he put that chart out? He puts out so many charts. So look, this looks like we could break all the way out to a high of 34,000. And is 40K coming by Christmas? And I'm going to put a poll out just to see, you know what I mean? Most livers will say, we working, baby, facts. Morning, Sam. Chilling, Bitcoin still going down. Shout out to everybody here on the live. General Scarborough, the Scotty, facts spoken. God bless everybody here on the live. Let's get a poll going. All right. I'm going to ask you, is Bitcoin, and you're going to say, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, right? But this is for fun. You can answer it, even though I know we're not supposed to as lifers. Will Bitcoin be above or below? And I remember they did this at Bitcoin Miami. Will Bitcoin be 30K or 20K? And I called for 30K Bitcoin. And remember Cassius QK was like, you were right. You called for 30K before 20K, and you were right. You hit it, you know what I mean? He reminded me of that when he was on my show. Will Bitcoin be above or below 35K by Christmas? Okay. Yes or no? Start the poll. Let me know how you feel. I want to see what goes on. Polls are really good for the algorithm. Fill that out. I want to see 536 votes. I see 536 people here. Let's get it moving. Shout out to the lifers on a beautiful Friday. You guys are at the right place at the right time, getting your education, your motivation, your spiritual guidance, energy, your positive vibes. I wish I had lemons right here. We haven't bought lemons at the store. You know, when I'm traveling, it's hard to, you know, go out and get lemons. The refrigerator does a really good job of filtering the water, though. I will give it. The water is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Hold on one second. My phone is dead, and I have to charge it while I live stream, or I'm going to be in problems. You guys can still hear me? I'm just getting a phone charger. Please forgive me, but if I was out and about without my phone, it would be a problem. I do have a little charger, but so sorry to interrupt the show like that. Please forgive me. I don't mean to be rude. Thank you so much for just being understanding. Okay, let's move forward. Let's move forward with the show. All right, so the 3-day still tells me that it can get a pump. And the next resistance for us really is until 30,900. So it looks like we're easily going to get there. That's what the 3-day chart conveys. Daily still doesn't have any bearish div yet. Tells me we could continue up. So what we're looking for is for the RSI to do this. Come up. Make a low. Actually, let me draw better than that. It's going to come up, make a high, and then start to reset. This could do something like this and then start to reset. And then what this will do is it'll do this and then make a high with a spike. We'll get, and then we'll get a divergence. That's what's likely going to happen, all right? And once you start projecting divergence, you're on another level. I didn't start doing this till like 7 years into my trading. But once you start projecting divergence, you are on another level. You're just nailing it. Trade's not going well on the 15-minute, getting pounded. We're going to take a look at that in a second as well. It's also low liquidity Friday. I like to step away on Fridays depending on the markets. Just not my favorite day to trade personally. After Thursday at 3 o'clock, I start to even get a little weary. However, we got a pump this Thursday, and I think we got a pump last Thursday night too. And I have been trading some weekends recently because Bitcoin's been getting funky. All right. Life revision to fire. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me. So that's one thing I'm looking at. Like, we want to see weekly divergence. We really haven't gotten it yet. All right. So bigger pullback, not sure, right? We do have divergence on the 4-hour now. That's what we were just about to talk about. It is a divergence. They're both rising up, but the angle isn't the same. If this angle continues this way and this angle continues this way onto the candle bodies, they are going to intersect. Divergence means that these lines will intersect. That's how I figured out divergence. So they can both be pointing up as long as they still hit each other. If they're both pointing up parallel and they never hit each other, no divergence. But that we call this like a class C bullish divergence because they're both pointing out, but it's still there. You all should be high on the stochastics when this is occurring. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look for support and resistance on the local time frame and see if we see anything that makes sense. All right. Right here, boom, we got a level here. Right here, we got a level. We also have a key level right there that we're going to be looking at about 29,324. All right. And anything you do every single day, you're going to get good at. You guys see me do TA every single day. It's only a matter of time. You're going to get better at it. That's just how this works. All right. If you do something every single day, you will get better at it. So that's a double top RSI, bearish div, already starting to form here, and you're away from the 21-day moving average. You know, you could even pull a mini fib here and see, do we come back down to the 786 fib retracement? You know, so there's multitudes of things that can happen here. We could drop down, start an ascending triangle, and that can make our move further to the upside. Based on what the 3-day and the daily say, it means the 4-hour just needs a slight pullback, or some consolidation. If those time frames were more overbought and didn't look as well, then this would be more of a dump, you know? But because the moving averages are pretty close, the 200 is not that far away, and price action is very close to the 21, it tells me we're very likely for consolidation before our next big move up. So it's showing me that we're going to do some type of beautiful consolidation here. You know, and we don't know how exactly it's going to be. That's why I call this the Twisted Sister. It's my projection. But one of these two shapes is going to take place, and the 21 is going to come into price action. All right? And that's what we're looking for on the 4-hour time frame. All right? I'm going to keep this inside of a group setting for now. They moved groups to the right side there, just so you know, in case you were weary of that. And you're like, what happened to my groups? Where did they go? You right-click this, you hit create a group of, and then you can eyeball that right out. Why I did that is because I want to show you the 15-minute right now and kind of start zooming in without a lot of noise. Okay. Bearish divergence on the 1-hour time frame too as well. It's even stronger, and it does suggest that we pull back. However, divergence is not as strong as the support or resistance. I've learned that. You can get divergence and it'll push on you, but if you have good support or resistance, a chance that you won't break that level even if the divergence is supposed to play out. You ever seen really strong bearish, but you never break the level? It doesn't matter how good the bearish divergence is. It just doesn't. So here's the deal. When I look at this, I have a swing up to swing up, and I have a swing down to swing down. I just talked about the 3-day hidden bullish. Bang. I told you about the 8-hour hidden bullish. Bang, right? And I went over that today on my live stream. If I didn't go over it, it was this here. This 8-hour was swinging up while the RSI was swinging down. That was hidden bearish divergence on the 8-hour. Told that we would break a high above this high, and we did that. Isn't this interesting? You don't need to know anything else. Like, I love ICT and fair value gaps and stuff, but literally, you don't need, there was years that I didn't know any of that, and I made lots of money. I just want to make it really clear. You know what I mean? Adam and Eve double bottom, bang. I love it, though, and I like that we teach it in my trading group, and I like seeing inefficiencies and stuff. But personally, I just want to let you know, you can keep all that stuff in your mind and use that all day long, but don't be afraid to just short an easy pattern, too. Like, look, Adam and Eve double bottom, double top to the downside. You know what I mean? And then hidden bullish divergence to the upside. Like, hidden bullish divergence, I think, is stronger than any other concept you can learn. You have to remember, some people that learn all these other concepts, they've never learned the concepts that I've taught. So, everyone has a mesh full of strategies to think about, right? Now, when we take a look at this closely, too, look, a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Boom. Again, identifying patterns is how you can play positional strength, Anyway, let's move forward. 1 hour also looks overbought, but see how fast the RSI is coming down without losing a lot of price action and with a green bar in it? That's a bullish sign, all right? You even kind of have a hidden bullish right there. That's swinging down while that's swinging up. That is a hidden bullish divergence, all right? So the 15-minute is telling us that it wants to pump, just like the 8-hour pumped, just like these other time frames pumped. So it's showing signs that the 15-minute may want to start doing something like this. Respect this trend, number one. That's a trend line. And that's what hidden bullish divergence really is. It's a trend line being respected by price action. Okay? And you're in a falling wedge that wants to break to the upside. We had the first falling wedge. It broke out, but they wanted to get the people that long that and go after them. You know what I mean? Anyway. So this is what I see happening. I still see the 15-minute getting a break to the upside. It looks very obvious based off the hidden bullish divergence. Again, we could easily break here, bearish retest, and drop down to the 200 SMA. I am open-minded, everybody. All right? I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. This could be a shoulder. This could be a head. We could make some type of right shoulder and drop to the downside. I'm always open-minded. I will keep you looking at the bearish and the bullish scenarios. I will always break bias and look at the other bias. I can never be 100% one way, okay? That's just not how I trade, and that's not how I was taught. I was taught by Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone. You got to get this book. You got to read it. At least the audiobook. He talks about so many things that are so important about trading, and it will change your mindset. Trading in the Zone right here on Amazon. Get the audiobook today for $5.95. I'm telling you right now, it'll blow your mind. Let me give you a link to that real quick. Is there a share button somewhere here, right? Isn't that the share? Yeah. Copy the link. I want everyone in my trading group to have listened and mastered Trading in the Zone. Trading in the Zone is the key, okay? Trading in the Zone is the key. I love that the 99 has so many different traders in it. You learn so much. Shout out to Master Friend and everyone. We have a beautiful class coming out, a mentorship type of class. What you basically pay $300 for a recording of the class, but then you get a 2-month mentorship where he's going to trade live with you, talk about your go over. No one's ever going to go over your portfolio for you. I want to make that clear. We are not financial advisors. We don't do that. But you will watch this man trade live. You will watch this man go over tape rates. You will watch this man. He will be so dedicated to you. I only have dedicated people and serious, disciplined people in my trading group that want it. And this man wants it. He wants it more than everybody else, and he's willing to teach you. All right? Bang, bang, bang. Right? So life is amazing. Life is absolutely amazing. Okay, so moving forward, let's take a look here. I just want to take a look. Jamie, could you send me the updated flyer? I didn't get a chance to import it. I'm searching. Oh, I got it. And I'll just take it from the Discord. Leverage Mastery, 2-hour video class, become a Leverage Master. 99 members gain access to the Leverage Master Discord section. 3 weekly Zoom mentoring sessions, advanced leverage risk management and mitigation strategies. 300 for serious traders to reach the next level. If this is something that you want to do, you can. I know traders that have never, I'll be honest, I just want to be open to everyone in my trading group. Some people love my strategy, are making tons of money, and they don't see the need to learn anything else. Like, they love what's going on. Other people are new and want to learn more concepts. If that's what you want to do, jump on in. I took information from this class and it did help me. I learned different things. However, certain things also, like, I also still stick to my strategy. So, like, you don't have to, I just want to let everyone know, if you have a strategy, this class doesn't mean you can't take this class. That's the point of this. You will still be able to add things from this strategy into your strategy. It won't take over everything. You don't have to learn, you know what I mean? So jump onto the class today, get that mentorship. It'll change the way you look at your life. All right. How do you think Bitcoin reacts if tension continues to rise amongst the countries? I don't think about any of that, man. You guys are like stuck in fear, man. Yeah, I just pay attention to the charts, man. Whatever the chart says is going to happen. We have hidden bullish divergence. It does not matter if there's a bond. It doesn't matter what happens. Hidden bullish divergence knew about what was going to happen. Like, how do we knew we were going to get these, some type of ETF leak and all this stuff? There was hidden bullish divergence and then we popped. But everyone would say, oh, no, it was a leak, The real value is 3 weekly mentoring sessions. That's insane. Exactly. 3 weekly mentoring sessions. I mean, that's insane. Like, nobody gets that. Nobody. You know what I mean? You can sit around waiting for 24K and never get the opportunity to buy. A few years from now, when Bitcoin is trading at 152, you wouldn't wish you bought at 34 instead of wishing for 24. Exactly. You got to zoom out. I said to my trading group today, I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I can never tell you what to do. I cannot, right? And you get leverage mentoring as long as you're a lifer too. So as long as you're in the group, dude, my man Master Friend is so dedicated to me, man. He has said, I am here, Sammy. I'm going nowhere. I love you. And like, you know what? The more loyal he becomes, the more loyal I'll become. And honestly, I have a big mouth, right? You guys see it and I can use it. And when I open it, people respond, okay? And so whatever I advertise to my team, because you guys really trust me and believe in me. And that's why I don't bring up, that's why I don't bring up products. I don't get into things that don't make me feel comfortable. You know what I mean? I've had opportunities to get into things that probably could make me a lot of money, but they just never made me feel comfortable, so I didn't do them, And I don't push stuff on you guys. Like, I love MEXC because there's no links. I mean, there's no fees. I mean, how could you not like that? Like, it's no-brainer. Like, you pay the least amount of fees when you do that. Nah, don't worry about it, man. It's yes or no, man. Are we going above 30K? Yes or no? You don't need to say above or below. Just yes or no. Sean, let me get those links every day, man. I need those. Every day, Sean. There they are. Okay, shout out to everybody here on the live. Join my trading group at cryptolifer.com. That's where it all begins. Cryptolifer.com. That's the portal where things really start to grow and you start to grow and things start to get crazy. Once you're in the group, you've made a change. You've done something different with your life. Before that day, you might be like, what do I do differently? Everyone says, why am I doing the same things? I don't have, I desire all these new things, but I don't have the ability to change my life. Okay, yeah, there we go. Boom. And I pin this too here for you. I pin this comment for you. MEXC, join MEXC today. I'm telling you right now, MEXC is amazing. Why is MEXC amazing? The other day I went to buy $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. I bought it on Binance US. And I forgot how they have like a trading platform and just like a swap platform kind of. And I didn't move to the trading platform and I swapped. They charged me $500 over spot price for Bitcoin. Like, I was pretty livid about it. Had I bought UST Tether and sent it to MEXC, I would have paid 0 fees on that, even on a market order on spot. And so to me, it's like, it's a no-brainer, man. Like MEXC is amazing. And so that's why I do bring it up every day. That's why I'm very loyal to it, because zero spot maker and taker fees. And the smallest fees too, even if you do futures and you're a maker, you don't pay fees. So if you're limiting in and out, like the only way you pay fees is if you're marketing out. It's insane. I've never seen 0.01. Dude, all these other exchanges, 0.08, 0.06, 0.09. We're talking 8 times the fees, 6 times the fees, 7 times the fees. A guy in my trading group was trading large amounts, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And because of the fees, he was able to do it on MEXC way better than all the other places. Shout out to Juice, man. So, like, this is why MEXC is amazing. I'm telling you right now. They also have more coins than anybody else. When Ben first came out, they had it, right? When Pepe first came out, they had it. When people had to run around and play games to get these coins, they had the coins that mattered, okay? They really did. Let's go back to our 15-minute time frame here. And it's back above 29.6 again after a very quick low. And I'm telling you, this hidden bullish divergence is very likely to play out. It's a very strong indicator. I'd be very surprised if we don't get a pop to the upside in the next hour to 2 hours. Like I'll be almost flabbergasted, honestly. I'll be like, that doesn't make sense, because I've studied this for years, and I showed you how it played out in the 8. This is the same. This is a fractal of this. Look, I'm gonna blow your mind. I'll put a double chart here, right? I'll go to BTC, USD on like Bybit spot, right? We'll go to the 8-hour time frame over here, and I'll show you, right? This swing up, and you can just see how similar these are. Like, they're identical. Like, they don't, like, you have a spike up and then a shoulder down. You have a spike up and a shoulder down. Like, they do the same things over and over again. Like, it doesn't matter if it's the 8-hour or the 15-minute. Like, they do the same thing over and over again. Do you see it? Starts with a little flag, breaks up. Look at this shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside. That flag was beautiful. So I see a long coming, I'm in a long. And if this doesn't long and start to rip to the 200 SMA and start to fly, I'll be surprised. I'll be honest with you. I'll be very surprised. Now, it could happen. I'm a support and resistance guy. We must break back above 29,682 to remain bullish. So I'll take it one step at a time. But this hidden bullish tells me, with low stochastics and the RSI about to cross that medium line, we do want to make sure that we cross this medium line. We want to make sure the red line breaks through this yellow moving average on the RSI. That's going to be a very important concept. That's something that we really want, all right? Can everyone say a prayer for my daughter, Summer, right now? She's literally lying in bed on vacation, sick as a dog. She was throwing up last night. She wasn't feeling good at all. And it was like she had just got off the plane, man. We had our first day here. You know, we got in on Wednesday night. She was so excited. She's running around the pool. She's so happy. And to see my baby girl sad. And, you know, I had to put her into bed right now and tell her to be careful, you know, and she's drinking some water. And so please, and I put my hand over her head and I said, "Dear Lord, I've given so much. I've tried to do so much for you and talk about you. I said, please bless my daughter and get her back to health by some miracle, you know." And I know it's like just a sickness, but I said, could you get her to bounce back by tonight, you know? And I put my hand over her head and I blessed her and I asked for God's help, man. And prayer is powerful, man. And so, you know, so look, we dipped down. We dipped up like I thought we would. They came down and got the stop losses, ripped the price right back up to the upside if you were too chintzy on your stop loss. And then I still see a move coming for Bitcoin to the upside. Hi, sweetheart. But look how amazing this 8-hour hidden bullish, and this is 15-minute. Yes, sweetie. Oh my gosh, where did you get that? Oh my God. Oh my God. I love you. I love you. I can bring this lighting up a little better, right? All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. 611 people on the live stream, 248 likes, $9.98 in chat revenue. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. All right. And I did show my group, we gave Love Learning $3,000 that day. And I'm not trying to brag. I just want to let everyone know who gave. We gave her the $3,000 immediately within by 1 o'clock that afternoon. Hello? Summer might be a little better. I don't know.
Sabrina said it's a virus going around. She had it with all the girls in a taxi for a day and a half. It's like the flu, the stomach virus.
All right.
And I got her medicine.
Okay, cool. So I'm looking for this long to the upside for now. That's what I'm seeing. You know, and everything else is kind of, we'll wait. And this will take an hour to 2 hours, really, and we should get a break to the upside here. I'm in the long, so we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. And I'm in the long for like $3,000. $2,900 at 5x long, so we'll see what happens. I got in late because I went to help my daughter, but I saw it before I had it. But then she was like, Daddy, and it is what it is, man. My daughter is number one. My daughter's not feeling well. I got to take care of my daughter. So I was also 5 minutes late to the stream. I wanted to make sure she had everything she needed before I got onto the stream. My wife was gone with the other kid going to get us some food. So I was on daddy duty, making sure Summer was all right. But if you can make a prayer for my daughter, and if we all can collectively pray for her, I'm sure it can help. It's got to help. I believe in the power of prayer more than anything else. So thank you. All right. Let's move forward. Let's take a look at the NQ. I want to take a look at the NASDAQ. I put out a beautiful trade for the NASDAQ out of a descending triangle. That thing blasted to the downside. All right. Absolutely. Let's take a look at why I believed we were going to dump. It's a descending triangle. They dump. And I've been showing to these guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I think I put out like a descending triangle almost every other week recently, or more. And look, it's one of the fastest dumping channels. So someone asked me, hey, what is the NQ looking like? And I drew this, right? The 18th of October, and said that's a descending triangle. We're likely to break to the downside. That's so simple. I didn't need 100 indicators to use that. All I needed to know was that descending triangles break down 90% of the time. Like, it's like a very obvious pattern that dumps. Whenever I see this pattern, it's like, and then you even came down and you bearishly retested for the drop. Perfect retest entry on the 200 SMA. You see the 50 coming. You know how we front run golden crosses? Well, you front run a death cross there. Okay. Now it's not the worst. We have a bigger chart here in play. Suggest that we do go all the way down here and probably make a divergence and scare people half to death. They want a lot of people opening up shorts. For whatever reason, they want all of TradFi to feel like the market's going to tank. But then we're going to get a bullish divergence here, probably an inverted head and shoulder. The cop, then we'll get some type of handle, and we'll break back up to here. I see a divergence coming, but I do see us probably going lower. There's a chance that we don't lose this level, and then we try to bounce off this area here for a double bottom. But then we can come up and then sweep those lows and then rip back up too. But I see, a pullback for the NASDAQ, but on the bigger time frames. The 1 hour is actually suggesting that it could almost bounce. And what's interesting is, do we have a hidden bullish on the NQ? We might actually. Let's take a look. But I gave you guys this trade. I talked about it. I went over it. I said the NQ is going to dump out of the descending triangle. You could see when the 21 curves like that, likely going to get a dump. There was also bearish div. Right here, you had flat price action, but it was sharply to the upside. Also, rising wedges break down 68% of the time. You had a rising wedge. You were overbought on the stochastics. My indicator was giving you bearish div on the stochastics RSI. I don't know what more you need, literally. I don't know what more you need to learn how to short a market right there. That's a beautiful place. And then you find your previous high, right? You find two previous support and resistance levels. You slap a stop loss on the other side of that one. It's pretty simple to me. I don't know why this looks so hard for everybody else. This could be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder too. You see that? And there's a chance that we do dump to the downside. There's a chance. But what I'm seeing now on the bigger time frame, let's take a look at the 4-day chart. It's a very interesting chart. It's very oversold. Very oversold. And you're starting to get a hidden bullish, which tells me that the trend will continue to the upside. Like, you'll come here, this will be a down, and this will be a nasty downtrend. And you will have a hidden bullish divergence that can really break to the upside. You see this? Boom. That would be interesting. So I'm watching this cup and handle here for the NQ, which looks very, very interesting to me. I'd also be pulling a fib and be looking very closely to the 786 Fibonacci level if we wick back down to that area. Something just to think about. I feel like we actually came from here and impulsed, or even there. So I'd look for the fib to connect here with the 21-day moving average. I'd look for a load up point at 13,690 if they do scare us and try to rock us down. But there's a chance that this is a higher angled level. But we're watching this preemptively, and I'm just saying, the 4-day looks absolutely amazing. The 5-day wants to rip. The 5-day has hidden bullish, hands down. So if you don't know hidden bullish divergence, you're going to be calling for bearishness now. But if you know what your hidden bullish is, then you can see things that other people can't. And hidden bullish comes with a very aggressive stochastic, okay, and an aggressive MACD turn. These are both kind of setting up for a possible big move for the NQ. All right. We did get the dump, but I called that dump for you with a descending triangle. Very similar. Very simple to me. And it had the bearish retest as well. Anyway, the target for it is the base of the triangle. And it's pretty close to the target now. It says we can come all the way down to 14,637. All right. And that took it 2 or 3 days to make a boatload of money on the NQ. You can trade the NQ with BingX. BingX above us. And BingX is doing something only for the lifers. They're doing bonuses that you can only get for the next like 2 to 3, 5 days, really. From the 15th, I believe, to the 16th. BingX, baby. BingX. Could I get the BingX link, either Sean or Jamie? I am in Jamie's DMs right now, so it would be easier if it's Jamie. Appreciate that. I'm looking for it now. I'm scrolling for it. I think I can find it. But, yeah. There it is, right? So, BingX, partner, crypto lifer, jump on in today, right? Sign up and grab some rewards, right? 3 USD bonus if you have a cumulative volume over $300. 100 USD bonus if a cumulative volume over 200,000. And 5,000 USD trial fund. Deposit any amount to receive rewards. The more you deposit, the bigger the reward. Receive up to 5,000 USDT. 10,000 USDT if you have a cumulative volume above $10 USD if you have a cumulative volume above $2,000. All right. And yeah, including leverage. Jump on it today. This only lasts for a few more days. So take advantage of it while you still can. It's not out there to everybody else. It's only through this exclusive link through BingX. Why do I like BingX? You'll be able to trade the S&P and Forex. That's the main reason we brought it in. Possibly the NQ too as well. I believe you can trade the NQ, Forex, and all sorts of different stuff here on BingX. So check it out. Fees are a little higher than XE, I'll tell you that, but they have access to more things. A lot of liquidity too, and they've been a top-notch exchange for a long time. All right, so, and they're probably here to stay for a little good, a nice period of time as well. So we'll see. Bitcoin playing games on the 15-minute time frame. Trades going kind of backwards and around, but that hidden bullish still looms until it plays out. I'll just kind of sit there and wait for it to happen. NQ really headed right to my target fast and furiously. Look at that. Just what a beautiful dump. Also, if you were weary, this was a bear flag. Bear flags break to the downside. You were below the 200 SMA. You grab your flag, and that's where you're supposed to go, out the bear flag to the downside. Patterns are how I trade. They show me exactly what's going to happen. Previous support, resistance, retests, and the moving averages. I'm all about the moving averages. Moving averages tell the story. When you lose the 200 SMA, you're likely falling to the downside no matter what. Right when you got here, you can open up a short on the other side. Gone. 200 SMA trading is amazing. It'll change your life. You can do so much with it, and you won't, and it's simple. It's a simple way to trade. So I'm giving you my big term idea for the NQ, and I'm giving you my small term reversal, and I'm showing you some key levels to watch as well on the NQ. And look at this giant Sammy cup and handy to the upside of the NQ. This thing could make some bacon on the beach, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Wow. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and spending your most precious asset, which is your time. Let's take a look at the S&P ES1 E mini futures. All right. Same thing. There's your cup and handle. I'm seeing a similar idea, right? I remember putting on a long for the S&P. It started to bang. It actually was up nicely. Let me get rid of this fib for a second. So we longed the S&P here at 42.72, right? And it would boom. Let's just kind of get rid of all the small stuff. I got a cup and handle in there I can see. Probably a lot of nice TA that I'm erasing, but we'll come back to it. I mean, this trade played out pretty nicely for an S&P trade, but it is rejected now. We didn't hit the target yet, not even close. But it made a nice move of 3.3%. And I mean, the way you guys trade on that stuff, that's a lot of money. So a 3% move was the call, never hit the stop loss. Entry was perfect. I see a bigger move, though, over time. All the way back up here to 6,307. They're going to print this money, and what it's going to do is it's going to make the value of everything go up. I could see the mortgage rate go up to 14%. I know you don't believe me. I think it's going to climb to 11, 12, 13. They're going to make it extremely impossible for the average person to buy. They want BlackRock, I believe, now owns more mortgages than anyone in the United States, right? At one point, the Fed was holding more mortgages than anyone in the United States. If you remember, they still might. There's a battle between BlackRock and the Fed of how many mortgages they hold. But basically, the entire United States is owned by institutions now. It's not like the family, and it's very hard for young kids to buy a home now. People are 25, 26, get a good job. I mean, you're making a few $100,000 a year. It's still really not enough. It's still not enough. You need both people in the family need to be making like $400,000 or $500,000 together. And the gap between the middle class and the very wealthy is getting bigger and bigger and bigger here in America. They are deteriorating the middle class. And that's why we all need to get educated and, find a new way to create wealth for ourselves through Bitcoin, through different ideas. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. I'm just an idea guy. I talk about ideas that I'm doing. This is my real life on this channel. I get to show my real life. Just like everyone else gets to show their real life. This is a piece of my trading life, okay? So just kind of bringing that out, that's why I love cryptocurrency. That's why I talk about it so much, because I see what's happening to the middle class. They're getting deteriorated. It's bad news. Every day I see more and more people struggling. It's harder and harder for the average school teacher, the bus driver, the police officer. At the same time, I see people really changing their lives. Last night, we were sitting there, and there's a guy, he sells health insurance. No problem with that. Health insurance, everyone needs it anyway. You know what I mean? Someone's going to buy it. He said, he literally said like 14 months ago, he started with 4 agents underneath him. He's like, I now have 440 agents working underneath me. And you could tell, he was wearing some type of like $5,000 suit. It was insane. There was people there wearing $3,000 shoes, $4,000 shoes. I saw the most.
The watch, the $1 million watch.
It was $1 million?
Yeah, I would assume it's all diamonds.
It was $1 million watch, right? Yeah. It was a watch worth $1 million, like that Gary Cardano, whatever. And I'm not money hungry, guys. I'm not really like, oh wow, the money.
It wasn't his.
To me, it's ridiculousness. It's the extravagance. You know what I mean? But this, yeah, man. But yeah, Gary Cardone threw a beautiful party last night. It was awesome. It was absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. It was amazing. I put some pictures up to my trading group. Let me see if I can find them. And shout out to Gary, man, for giving me the opportunity to give. He created such a great place to give. And, some people only met him on Twitter Spaces, and he invited them to his house. He had heavy security. There was 4 or 5 guys there with multiple clips. He had heavy security. When I mean heavy security, heavy security. He had a roulette table. He had a blackjack table, and he had a craps table. I was playing craps all night, dude. Outside in a mansion playing craps. He gave you a card to get $200 in free tokens, and if you won them, you gave them back for more raffle tickets at the end of the night. And the idea was to give back. You couldn't win any money playing, but you got to play at a casino for the benefit of other people, right? To give back. If you lost, you bought back in. That money went back to the Fire Benevolent Society. Crazy, I bought in for $1,000 to give back. You know what I mean? I ended up making $3,000. I didn't get the $3,000, but I turned the $1,000 in coins into $3,000. And then I was handing people coins. It was hilarious. You know what I mean? I was playing craps for hours. The dude, Crypto Crusader watched me just. I put $500 on the field and I hit, and there's only $100 minimum bet. And the guy was like, there's no sign here that says minimum bet, dude. And I never bet the field. I really don't. But he had to pay me the $500 on the field. It was so funny, man. It was so crazy. It was just a good time. Then my wife learned how to play craps. She had never played craps before, and I taught her how to play craps, and we had a really good time. But that's Grant Cardone's twin brother, Gary Cardone, all right? He's got the $1 million watch on. It was so funny. It was just, this guy's a Bitcoin millionaire, got into Bitcoin early. There were so many crypto people there. The house was, I think, 14,000 square foot. Unbelievable home. It was one of the most beautiful, biggest homes I've ever seen in my entire life. It was a gosh dang museum, man. It inspired me, man. If someone else can get to that level of life, then why can't I? I'm not into I want to floss on everyone. I'm not into that. I'm into, why can't I? That's my whole thing. I was young, and I remember when I was young, I was middle class, and I tell this story a lot on my beginners class. But my dad was an iron worker. My mom was a school teacher. There's a really famous island called Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. My dad went there when he was 21 years old, spent some time on the beach, rented a little beach shack, and found out it was where he loved to be. He just fell in love with the island. He eventually would move there. My parents would retire there and live there year round. But whenever I tell people my parents had a house there, they thought I was the richest, snobbiest person. But I didn't, man. We were middle class. We drove a van with holes in it. Literally, the seat was moving around. I'm not lying to you. The seat had rotted out and would move. and we drove it for like a year until we finally got rid of that thing. Like someone could have fallen through the floor. Like the stuff that we did was pretty crazy, you know? So I did not grow up with a brand new SUV. My parents never bought a new car until I was like in my 30s. My parents bought their first new car. Everyone else got a new car. My dad always had used cars. You know what I mean? We didn't struggle. My dad put his money where it mattered, in our education, you know, soccer camps, sailing camps. He spent money on it. My dad spent money on his kids. He knew they needed to be enriched. He knew that piano lessons, guitar lessons. My dad was like, I'm going to make sure that you're a well-balanced person. You know, he's like, I'm going to give you the things I didn't have. You know, my dad was an iron worker. You know, he didn't get to do guitar lessons. He didn't get to do any of that stuff. You know, my dad was actually born cross-eyed immediately. And his father kind of, all the other kids looked healthy. And my dad looked kind of like, you know, my dad was dyslexic because he couldn't read as a young kid because they didn't have glasses that well for little kids. Imagine being 3 years old and he had thick glasses as a little kid. And I realized that affected my dad throughout the rest of his life. Like there was times when my dad would get frustrated. And now when I look back, I'm like, well, of course, man. And he never got to therapy. He really never got to kind of find that. My dad passed away in May. God bless, rest his soul. But yeah, my dad had a hard life, man. He tells me about the priest beating him up when he was 7, 8 years old. Just looking at him and just picking on him. You know what I mean? He's like, we're in the parking lot. He just decides to hit on me and literally punching kids. He's like, this priest was a... So my dad took his belt off and swung it at his head, cracked his head right open when my dad was 8 years old. These are the stories my dad tells me. He's like, I cracked that dude so hard. He's like, he never beat me again. And then his dad beat him when he went home for hitting the priest. Because you never hit the priest. The priest is always right back then. Even though the priest was a horrible person, my dad told me numerous times that priest was beating on him and being really horrible to him. And no offense to priests. I love all priests. I don't want to put bad nature out there in the Catholic Church. I'm just telling you a story my dad told me, you know. And so my dad had a hard life. By the time he was 8 or 9, like he knew that like he was on his own. His mom, when he was 21 years old, had a stroke. Oh no, his mom had a stroke when he was like 12 or 10. And half her body was paralyzed, straight up. So my dad grew up with 4 kids. His dad had to do everything. My grandpa had to clean the house, had to do everything because his wife was paralyzed in a wheelchair. And she still smoked cigarettes while she was paralyzed. Back then, like people were, that's insane, right? So these are life stories that I'm teaching you guys. As important as the charts. I see people leave and 10 or 5 people leave when I don't keep the charts going. These stories are far just as important as the charts. I'm telling you right now, because they're going to give you integrity, they give you honor, they're going to teach you where I came from and why I teach how I teach, and that's going to help you connect to my system, connect to the way I push, connect to the vibration, connect to the motivation. You need these stories as much as I did when I go out and I meet people and they tell me these types of stories. They change my life. This is what I go to YouTube for, to get that information, to get that life balance, because that you can't get it anywhere else. You can get it on YouTube, you know. So my dad lived a hard life, man. You know, he kind of always felt like the world was against him because as a young kid, the world was against him. His mom was in a wheelchair. His dad wouldn't hug him. His dad thought he was slow, you know, because his eyes were like this. So sometimes, my dad, he said that my grandpa didn't even want to look at him. He felt embarrassed, like his kid was retarded or something. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but like, you know, it was, not the right way to be either. But, you know, all his other kids look fine. He's like, why is this kid like this? And he was hard on my dad too. And my dad felt that. My dad became very independent. By the time my dad was 16 or 17, I'm pretty sure he dropped out of high school and was playing cards. He eventually got his GED and he went back to college. He went to Boston State. But, you know, education really wasn't his thing. I mean, that's not true. I never let my schooling interfere with my education. His schooling wasn't his thing, but my dad was a highly educated man. He read a lot of books. By the time he was 40, he would read a book a week or less, probably 2 or 3 books a week. He would rip through books. From 40, when he was like 48, 49, he started reading like all the time. I don't know why. He just got this reading bug and he started reading. He started learning words. He started writing them down and he educated himself throughout his life. I saw my dad do that. I miss my dad a lot. I guess I'm talking about it right now because I miss him. Last time I came to Florida, he had just passed and I had come here on a trip. So like Florida reminds me of my dad because it was when I healed, when I first felt the pain of losing my father. Anyway, let's break down the DXY and do what we got to do. But I just wanted to kind of give you that little story for whatever reason about my dad, man, and his struggle in life. And someone who you may be going through a similar struggle. Maybe you have a kid that's cross-eyed and give compassion to that kid. Realize that kid's struggling right off the bat. You know, maybe you were born cross-eyed and you know what it was like. I wasn't, right? So like my dad looks at me and he was like, you got everything. Like, and he wasn't, you know, he was just saying to me, you have no excuses. He's like, you got it. You're healthy. You look amazing. You know, you got 4 square meals a day. Your mother takes care of you. Like, you have no excuses not to be successful. My dad used to say that to me all the time. And when I failed, I would feel, my dad would be like, you have no excuse. And it was hard in a way because I'd get really depressed because I'd be like, man, like, because, you know, even though I had given everything, I still had ADHD. I still suffered from a lot of mental issues. I still, you know, struggled with a lot of ups and downs and confidence in my life. And, yeah, it was a long struggle to find my balance and my foundation, right? So let's look at this DXY. It's interesting. The bigger time frame, like the 3-day chart, wants to dump. And we've been talking about this dump for so long. We started getting it here, getting it there, and it's coming. We want to come back to the 21-day moving average. So this tells me that the 3-day chart is coming back to the 21, likely to fall through that and then continue all the way to the 200 SMA. I see this as a major dump for the dollar. However, you can see the smaller time frames, we're still playing around. So the 3-day chart says we dump down to the 200 SMA. Maybe we even pump out of this flag, come up, make a double top, do this, and then come down to the 21. But to me, it suggests that we are coming down to the 21. Major resistance for the DXY at 106.69. All right. So that right now, and this is what I play, the 3-day chart. It's my number one go-to. If you're here, when we got away from here, we came back down and we touched the 200 SMA. The 3-day chart got extremely overbought. Similar thing is happening as this long uptrend. It's a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. This is supposed to break down. Let's move forward to the daily time frame, which is oversold and wants to bounce. And that's just kind of the thing I'm looking at. I'm going to get rid of my projection of the falling wedge, but just keep that in mind. You can also draw it up and then hide it if you want. We're losing the 21 SMA, which is a good sign that we could dump down to the 50. I know the daily's kind of oversold and could move, but the RSI is really ready to kind of start to channel its way back down, right? And it's below the moving average. I see this daily making a dump. Let's take a look at our 4-hour time frame. That's also oversold. So it's telling us, hey, but look at the head and shoulder there. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Already broke somewhat of the neckline. We could get a reversal here on the 4-hour. 4-hour rips back up. You just do not want to make a high above that high on the left. So let's look at that. We don't want to make a high above this level right here at 106.60. We make a high above that level. That's going to be, that's what I'm going to be a little more concerned for Bitcoin and Forex some Forex ideas as well, like Euro USD, Japanese Yen USD. They'll take a bit of a hit. We'll be watching those closely. We want to see Bitcoin consolidate. Maybe get a little bit of a rip here on the 4, but consolidate. Never get back above this key level here. Really, see this wick, that wick? We don't want to get above that wick at 106.49 and then a dump to the downside. The bigger time frame suggests that we dump. This could be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, but then I could also say this is a shoulder, a head, and a left shoulder. However, that should have broken out. Whenever you round down and make another right shoulder, it's usually pretty whack. So I see this as a symmetrical triangle. That's what I see right now. And symmetrical triangles break down. They're 50-50 patterns. I see them dump like 80 to 85% of the time. Like, they dump. They almost feel like descending triangles to me. And I'm spending a little extra time on the DXY because, I really want to be adamant about it. And it's interesting. I mean, that's a bit of a descending triangle too, and they love to break down. We already talked about that. So if we do get a little bit of a bump up, this is likely to dump. I just drew this on the NQ. You also have a double top. It's kind of like cat ears. If you ever traded cat ears, looks like cat ears for a dump to the downside. We lost the 21-day moving average here on the 4-hour. I don't see why we couldn't drop down to the 200 SMA. Let's take a look at our 1-hour time frame for the DXY to see where we're at. And it actually wants a bit of a bounce too. So it says we can get a bit of a bounce, but we're tight in the channel. What you don't want to see is you don't want to break above 106.71. That's going to be an area that will kind of make us all go, well, that just negated all that bearishness. And this is where we stand. And look, a low, a high, a low, a lower high. Let's put in a lower low here. That's suggesting in the trend has changed. You're in a downtrend now, clear as hell. Here as heck. I mean, you're in an uptrend here, down, high, right? Now you have a lower low. That's when things start to change right there. When you make the first lower low, which you did, we closed lower than this, then we closed lower than that. We're likely to make a lower low here out of this descending triangle. Bitcoin to the upside, baby. Might have to wait out on a little bit of a bounce. But Bitcoin to the upside in the long term, in my humble opinion. All right? And I mean, not in the short term even, but in the long term for sure. So we got over the S&P. We've gone over the NASDAQ. We've gone over the DXY. Do you want Euro? USD? You want some Forex? Let's do some Forex. Let's look at Euro USD here. We go to a forex.com, wherever you want, you know. What's interesting is you're going to get a similar idea here to Bitcoin. This likes to move with Bitcoin. See how this is like a shoulder ahead, kind of right shouldering, but it's more of an ascending triangle. All right, now actually I'm going to give it almost a bull pennant. Again, if the DXY is in a symmetrical, so this is the DXY, right? We came up, we went sideways. Let me show you something. This will blow your mind. So the thing, I'm also a fractal magician. Like, I can see patterns through patterns. So like, not only do I study charts, but my gift is far above that. I can see patterns. Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to like talk about myself, but there is a reason why I'm able to see things differently. There's a reason why people like to have me on their show. There's a reason why people like to feature me. I see things a little differently, you know, for whatever reason. You know, my TA is just a little wacky, but look, this is the DXY. Look how identical they are. See how they're identical? You see that? That's Euro USD. So you flip this upside down, you flip this one upside down, and I mean, so when the USD decides to dump out the symmetrical, and this is what I learned about symmetricals, because one day I saw a symmetrical, right? And so we want this to take a dump. One day I saw a symmetrical and I realized they're 50-50 patterns. And then I was trading inverse assets and I realized, well, they'll both be in a symmetrical then. Isn't that funny? Like, I just thought that was so, it's I guess it's simple to some people. To me, it was like, wow. Like, and so if the DXY dumps, the US dollar, so it looks to me like we'll get the little bit of a pump down. Boom. Get the higher low, and this will get a little pump down. Boom, get the lower high, and then boom to boom. And so it looks like a nice euro trade is showing up here. And again, I would wait for us to come down. One could even enter here aggressively with a stop loss right there. I would wait for a better entry at the bottom of the trend line. Look for some divergence on the 15 or the 7. A bullish divergence near that trend line would propel us back further to the upside. So remember, that's how you trade Forex. Stay on the DXY, and then you'll be able to trade a Forex trade as well. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say should be taken as financial advice, and do whatever makes you happy, all right? Do whatever makes you happy. But that's going to be Euro, DXY, things that we're looking at. STARL, I put out to the trading. Let's talk about it. The thing just continued to moon. Pretty crazy. Not STARLink on MEXC. So this thing has been on an absolute tear since I put it out, and it's just insane. It did wick up, but it looks like it may continue to wick up. We put it down here, never hit the stop loss, and continued to go up 351%. It's still holding gains of 273%. One of the hottest coins in the game, Starlink. Probably never heard about it. Probably have no idea what it is. Let's kind of break it down for you, give you guys a little bit of a backstory of what this coin does. I don't know anything about it. They've never paid me to do this. I don't know the team. I know nothing about them. I do my own research every single day here. I'm not a shiller. I don't get paid to shill. I can show you the email after email of people asking me to shill, and I tell them I don't do that. I say I have a beautiful education. I make a great living educating people. I do not need to shill anyone's tokens. See, the sad thing is when people start a YouTube channel and they don't have a key skill or just a way to make great content that keeps people coming back for more, they eventually get weary and they're like, well, what do I do for money, Or some people have good content, but then they get weary for the money and they start doing things. I don't want that to happen to this channel. It's not going to happen to this channel. We're going to make sure that you all support me. I keep giving the education and you guys keep supporting the channel. It keeps growing. So I'm going to continue to do what I do every single day to help you all. And you guys are going to do the same. And we have nothing to worry about. Launch into the new frontier of virtual space with the Starlink metaverse. Adventure through the cosmos alone or with others and discover space stations where you can meet people, trade items and NFTs, access various gaming experiences and entertainment, modify your spaceship, and learn, craft, and create. The STARL token will be your key to everything in the metaverse. It's the currency for the first truly decentralized metaverse project, 100% unlocked, renounced, and community-driven. The Starlink Metaverse project is the first crypto project to onboard an AAA game design and develop the team with over 2 decades of experience, including work for PlayStation, Disney, Lionsgate Entertainment, Lucasfilms, Pixar, and the Leo Group. Starlink will be the bridge between the professional gaming industry and cryptocurrency. The Starlink Metaverse will act as a gaming launchpad, with the first game, Warp Nexus, being adapted and developed by the Ybit Studios. Warp Nexus is a vast space exploration play-to-earn space MMO. Use the Starlink token to build and modify ships, hire other pilots, and help guide battle through the missions. Pretty cool. So I just wanted to put it on your radar. You may have never heard about it. A lot of people have never heard about this coin. All right. Market cap is tiny at 44 million. Could definitely 100x to 4.5 billion. Maybe it won't get that high. I could see it going to $1 billion though. I could definitely see it doing way more than a 10 or possibly even a 20x. Having an issue loading the website, not sure why. It could be the Wi-Fi here. I don't know. Maybe they're just, doing some maintenance. We will get back to that. Let's take a look at their Twitter. Just kind of look at what they're doing. Did they just leave a pinned comment for the last week, or have they been constantly, updating? August 18th, win application now live. October 7th. It's now October 20th. They haven't posted in 7 days. It's not a good look. For me personally. Not a good look. I don't like that. You got to post 3 or 4 times every single day if you're a real company. What have you guys been doing for the last 7 days? Nothing? You don't want to tell anyone how excited you are about blockchain, what's going on? Interesting. As we forge ahead towards our pre-sale, we've been thrilled to share sneak peeks. And that's Warp Games, right? With STARL. Anyway, I know nothing about Warp Games, but that was their first launchpad idea, right? You can follow me on Twitter and watch me on Twitter. Just want to make that clear. I don't think a lot of people realize that. We stream to Twitter every single day. So if Twitter is your preferred platform, we are there. We're going to be there. Need to do a better white balance. I'm yellow like the Simpsons right now. And I shouldn't be so yellow. I didn't get a yellow tan yesterday. I'll tell you that. Starlink's interesting to me. And honestly, with the launchpad going, it could create a bit of a hype here. Now, it's very oversold. I would never, but there's the chance this thing continues. I'll put out a real chart for it and analyze it at one point. Well, we could take a look, but take a look at our 4-hour chart. Not a lot of information because it's a pretty new coin, but look at that. I mean, the 4-hour suggests it could pump. Daily's a little overbought, but it's been doing that for a while. But the daily says it has to come back down. So I wouldn't chase the 4-hour, but there's a chance I'm not saying it can't get one last pumperino. There's a pretty nice bearish divergence there, though. Likely to take you to the downside. Let's flatten that out. Yeah, that's an uptrend. That's a downtrend, and then we get the move to the downside. And I was going to buy a Rolex, but instead I gave away like $5,000 this month. You know what I mean? So I could have bought myself a nice $5,000, $10,000 Rolex, and I said I'd rather give money to other people than walk around and let everyone know how rich I am. I don't know. I'm sure I'll do it one day, and I could probably do it, but I decided this month was the month to give. You know what I mean? We gave a good amount to the Fires Association. We gave to Love Learning. Some other causes that I felt needed to be taken care of. My wife is starting something where she wants to feed children every single day. She saw a YouTuber guy that started putting out links of feeding kids every day. And she's like, that's what I want to do. She wants to compete with him. She wants to see if she can feed more kids than he can. So my wife's on this new, I want to feed the kids tip. I'm super excited for her. I can tell when someone gets obsessed with something and they want to do it. Just like my business, because I'm a businessman. My wife looks like she's really on this. So she's going to be probably taking portions of her profits, and she's going to be feeding the children. We don't know exactly how yet, or the logistics of it. If we have to set up how we have to do it, but we're going to do it, and I'm super excited. And we're going to make sure that on our watch, as many children are fed as possible, because it's just it's unimaginable to think that there's kids out there that are hungry every day. While we sit there and look at all the food here in America, it's insane. So. And shout out to anyone who owns a Rolex. I'm not putting you down. I probably will have one at one point in my life. You know what I mean? But I just decided it was time to give, man. I would love to be a part of feeding the children. If anyone wants to be a part of this, email cryptolifers@gmail.com and tell them that you want to be a part of it. All right? And XRP beat the case. Let's talk about that. I should be screaming through the hills. I kind of was exuberant about it last night. But dude, Brad Garlinghouse, dude, let's go. Today was an even better day. Ripple 3, SEC 0. In all seriousness, Chris and I, in a case involving no claims of fraud or misrepresentations, were targeted by the SEC in a ruthless attempt to personally ruin us and the company so many have worked hard to build for over a decade. The SEC repetitively kept its eye off the ball while secretly meeting with the likes of SBF, failing again and again to protect U.S. customers and businesses. How many millions of taxpayers' money were wasted? It feels good to be finally vindicated. And this is Stuart Artley, who I actually met. I'm pretty sure he was at Bitcoin Miami, or one of their lawyers. No, not that guy, but one of their lawyers. The SEC made a serious mistake going after Brad and Chris personally, and now they've capitulated, dismissing all charges against the executives. This is not a settlement. This is a surrender by the SEC. That's 3 consecutive wins for Ripple, including the July 13th decision ruling that as a matter of fact of law, XRP is not a security. On October 3rd, decision denying the SEC's bid for an interlocutory appeal. And now this. The lawsuits against the individual defendants hurt SE in discovery and a host of other legal issues. And it was all for naught. Big mistake indeed. I mean, how to stop XRP? You can't stop XRP. XRP is not a security. I love that. Right? So anyway, big deal for XRP. Seems to be like they beat the case. Now, every time that happens, there's like some other part of the case. Is the case 100% over? Are we done? Like, and again, they tried so hard to put crypto in a box of their legacy system. It didn't work. And we already knew it didn't work. We all knew that crypto was not ever going to, we just knew. But they were so adamant of keeping us in a box. It's like we're the new kids on the block and they want to whip us into shape. They want to show us. And they're afraid they're going to lose their wealth. But shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to XRP. Let's take a look at the XRP chart as well and see what's happening for XRP. XRP right here on KuCoin, Binance. I like MEXC because that's my #1 exchange, baby. And XRP should be getting somewhat of a pump here to the upside on such beautiful news. All right. Look at the shoulder, head, and right shoulder, though. That's all you had to know is how to play an inverted head and shoulder. See that? Shoulder, head, right shoulder, booming to the upside. You build that into a flag. Look, the 21-day moving average and the 50 were close together. That tells me that there's going to be a move, especially with the 200 outlying with the price action. You take your length of your pole. This thing is going to move. I see a move all the way up here to 56.13. XRP getting the banger to the upside with the good news. Big time for XRP. And team, we should clip that out and make that a second video. You know what I mean? XRP bang. XRP beats the SEC. I mean, they had better lawyers, #1. Government lawyers don't get paid enough. Let's be honest. So if you're rich, it's going to be easy to, you know, I don't want to say anything, but they had, and they were willing to spend I think they spent over $100 million on the case, right? They didn't care. Brad Garlinghouse, and that's what happens when you undermine people through like a bad energy. People will do anything they can to win at that point because they're just going to be like, you know what? I'll go bankrupt to prove you I'm right. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to be pushed around. Americans come from a generation of people that ran from England. They were getting pushed around and they said, we don't want to be pushed around anymore. And so no matter what you think, Americans have that in us. That's born in us. I was from Boston, 1 of by land, 2 of by sea. You know what I mean? Paul Revere, baby. Like all these stories have been embedded in us. We did not stand while the English came and tried to push us down. We threw the tea into the water. The Boston Tea Party was a big deal. I'm telling you right now. And you know, governments get really authoritative and they try to take over. It's what's happening it's happened through all of time. If you can't see that our government is starting to get real funky, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? And God bless us all. And with the power of God, may us all stay blessed and healthy. But like, man, like it's pretty weird, man. Right? So, and there, but the grace of God go on. But look, the 1 hour wants to rip for the XRP. See when the 1 hour curves like that? That's what I was just trying to tell you guys. Highly likely you could get a pump. Now there is some bearish div there. Tells me to be careful. The 21 is getting a little far away, but one more pump looks likely to me. Boom, up here, maybe a curve down, and then we get that nicer. I see a bigger pump coming. I don't chase green candles. I would have to do like this, go to the 5-minute or the 1-minute chart, and just flag out. What is flag out? Build a bullish continuation pattern that has a higher percentage of a move to the upside. Once that pattern continues, we can take and play that probability, but not until then. All right? So we're going to wait for the 1 minute to connect to this 21-day moving average. But because the 1 hour looks so bullish, it tells me that the smaller time frames here on XRP can get a bit of a push to the upside. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me kind of kick it with the chat. You're going to explode in the bull market, dude. Shout out to Crypto Jeb, man. I love you. 250,000 subs incoming. Your videos are top-notch also. 600 concurrent is insane in the bear market. God bless you, my friend. Earned it with consistency. Howdy. Thank you so much, Crypto Jeb. I love you. I appreciate you. Is that the real? It is. That looks like the real Crypto Jeb. You're going to explode in the bull market. 250,000 subs incoming. Your videos are top-notch also. 600 concurrent. Insane. Earned it with consistency. Thank you so much, man. Love you, man. Love you too, Jeb. God bless you and your family, and I hope everyone's okay and safe. Free Jeb. What's wrong with Jeb? Jeb? It's me. Just finished CNC. God bless you, man. Coffee and crypto, baby. Thank you, Crypto Jeb. I love you, man. That means a lot to me. And all us YouTubers, man, we stick together. We fight the good fight every single day. You know how hard it is. Making good content, pushing forward. I'm in an Airbnb right now. I'm traveling with equipment. We don't stop. Man, Sam's always on duty. Shout out to Michael Begard. Love it. You were on All-Star yesterday on Crypto Wars. You were an All-Star yesterday on Crypto Wars. God bless you. Thank you for saying that. You guys are kind of humble. Man, I'm so humbled. I just found this channel. Please subscribe and jump on in. Hit him with the jab. I love that. Hit him with the jab. It's so hard, man. Yo, the Crypto YouTube channel. Mad respect for Sam's daily uploads. Thank you. And you know, I said to my wife, I said, you earn respect through what you do. You can say all you want. You can talk. My dad used to say, actions speak louder than words, Sam. Actions speak louder than words. Always here with you, Sammy. Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Shout out to Tony Rosas in the Miami Heat. We love you, brother. Shout out to the Miami Heat. Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry from downtown. And I also do these awesome voice things, guys. Look. Hey, my name's Peter. Peter Griffin. Yeah. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room before I put my foot up here. Hey, everybody, we're going to leave Meg at the gas station. Close the doors and let's walk real slow. Let's drive slowly away. That's a mean one, right? Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Everybody, I love Quahog. When I'm in Quahog, I'm drinking beer. I watch the crypto lifer. He's the best. Peter, you can't do that. You can't do that talk like that, Peter. I'm Marky Wahlberg. I'm the one that's supposed to be here, okay? It doesn't matter, Peter. It doesn't matter. I played a cop. I played a fireman. I can do this, babe. I can get it done. It doesn't matter. I played Dirk Diggler. And you know what? Tell me how to drive a Ferrari. I hang out with Joyner Lucas. It doesn't matter, babe. It doesn't matter. I played a cop. I played a fireman. I can get it done. I was Dirk Diggler. I'm a peacock. Let me fly. Sam and Jeb should do a show together. You get better every day with the Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, the Mark Wahlberg was spot on right there. I felt it. I was channeling him. I could hear him in my head. We could put a lifer on Crypto Wars and do damage, right? He does a spot on Marky Wahlberg. You sounded like Peter for sure. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Peacocks can't fly. I know. That's why he says that in the movie, man. It's the best. I'm a peacock. Let me fly. Do a George Costanza. I don't know. How does he... When he's like... He's eating the sandwich. Marwork nailed it. Instant family. Much watch. Dude was off the walls. Hilarious. Thank you, man. The Peters classic. Collab, baby. My nephew turned 4 today. God bless you, Crypto Bear Baker. I love you, man. You always message me and you always send good light and positivity to my trading group. Thank you so much, man. And, you know, moment of silence again for my daughter. May my daughter somehow come back tomorrow, bounce back. 4 days in Florida and she has to be sick. Come on now. My 9-year-old baby girl. I want to make sure she's all right. May our Lord bless us. And you know what? Moment of silence for everyone here on the live. I've been praying more often publicly and I don't mind it. I don't give a dang who. If you turn off when I pray, then that lets me know who you are. You know what I mean? May God bless this trading group. May God bless everyone that's starting their journey. Anyone who's jumping in today and just looking at the charts for the first time. Help them push through the fear, push through the doubt, and realize they can do it. We've done it. There's many traders that have gotten through. Yes, they scare you with these percentages, 1% and all this stuff, but if you push forward every day and you believe in yourself, dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given my trading group. Thank you for everything you've given me and my family. Thank you for a wonderful night last night and the ability to give to the Fire Benevolent Association. And thank you for this YouTube channel and everything you've given me. I remember you being down and out, and you never gave up on me. I remember being down and out, and you never gave up on me. God never gives up on you. Sometimes you feel lost. God's just trying to teach you something. Sometimes you feel lost. Sometimes you think it's like no one cares about you. You feel so alone. God's just trying to teach you something. He is there. He is there. He is there. You know? Amen. Amen. Moving forward. And we got rid of 10 scabs, you know what I mean? They can't handle prayer. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's move forward. The big salad. God hears us. Thanks, Sam. You too. Forward motion, sir. Respect the man that prays in front of people. God hears us. Amen. Amen. Forward motion, sir. Amen. Let's take a look at some altcoins that I have brewing. I like SFPal. I'm in SafePal for like $6,000. I'll be honest. I said it before. I'll say it again. All right. And I've been traveling a lot too, so why do I like SafePal so much? Well, 5 days a little heated. I'll give you that. But the smaller time frames, like this 4 hour, really looking interesting here to me. And so I've been watching this insane uptrend for SafePal. It tried to do the Adam and Eve double top, got negated, held this beautiful support, right? Real recognizes real, steel sharpens steel. Shout out to Stack McChange, always says that. I love that. So right now it's retesting. See it retested? Can it get the bounce? I want to play this 4 hour and get a pump, baby. So I'm in this. If it comes back inside the pattern, I might bail. You know what I mean? Just because I have so much money in it that I'm just, I either lose $100. I want to take this thing for at least a couple grand. Nice 20% move. Would be a nice 1,200 bones. I keep my stop loss below a 200 SMA with low stochastics on the 4 hour time frame. It's a 4 hour time frame trade. I'm watching it. All right. I'm in it. I'm not lying. And again, you'd be like, are you in it or are you just saying you're in it? Are you one of those people? No, I'm not one of those people. SFP. I'll show you everything, man. And if I were to sell this whole bag right now, I would be selling $6,438 of it. If I were to sell it right now, I think I'm up $45. It's not a big deal right now, but I'm pretty loaded in it. This is just a swing trade. I want in and out. We'll see what happens. We'll go from there. All right. I am an SFP. Doesn't mean you should be an SFP because I am. This could easily dump to the downside and I could get slammed. Okay? I don't win every single trade I make. Let's be dead honest about that. If I did, I wouldn't be a human being. I'd be some type of bot or a computer, and I'm not a bot or a computer. I'm a human being. I'm pretty sure I'm human. So I'm not going to win every single trade. It's just not going to happen. All right? It's not. Merit Circle, I gave to you guys. I talked about how I put $500 in it and let it sit. I went over this. All right, I told you I'm going to wait for this parabolic run in the next 2 to 3 weeks and take out my money. I'm just going to let it sit and think about it. Bang, right? If I would go to Merit Circle, how much am I up now on MC? And I showed you guys, and you don't have to be a big baller here. $500. As long as every day is a win for me and I'm accumulating Bitcoin, I'm in a good spot. You know what I mean? I'm in a great spot, actually. I'm in a better spot than 90% of America. Look, that $500 is now $595. That's how you make $100. I told, I just dropped it in there. I was willing to lose the whole $500. And this is likely probably going to make me $500. Again, we'll see what happens, but I'm already up 20% on that $500. I can teach you how to do this. I do it all the time. We can have a blast together. Join my trading group and learn. Learn what coins we're watching, learn what coins we're breaking down, and see what happens in my Discord. There's so much going on in my Discord. It's amazing. Like I showed you the Life of Friend course, right? And get mentoring 3 times a week. 3 weekly mentoring sessions. That doesn't happen. I've never heard of it. Those are $300, $500 an hour anywhere else. Like, we're giving you guys things that just don't exist in any other trading group because we care about you guys. We could price gouge and do all these things. God is taking care of us in his way. If I keep taking care of you, God will take care of me. That's my faith, and that's my faith. It's my faith in my business. I went all on my own on my business. You know what I mean? So much inspiration every day. I've been struggling more whole life without pause, but I just keep getting up to see who I can help every day. And even when I'm hungry, I remember there are a few people out there who have less. Shout out to General Scarborough Scotty. We love you. We appreciate you. Vacation Sam is Sam at 100x energy. Adam and Eve on the 15-minute for SFP. Double top or low? You got to tell me what kind of Adam and Eve. You're going to make me look at it, but he said Adam and Eve. He didn't say inverted, so he meant it was a double top, right? 15-minute Adam and Eve. Do you mean an inverted? I see a shoulder, a head, and a possible right shoulder. I don't see an Adam and Eve, honestly. Maybe, yeah, I see a double bottom. You think this is the Adam and Eve? Yeah, it's possible. I see it more of a double. The Adam and Eve has to have a more congruent structure. Like the Adam and Eve does this, and it really rounds on out. You could kind of, I guess it could kind of be an Adam and Eve. To me, it's a little too far-fetched. I'm really really anal about how my patterns look, and they got to look a certain way for me to like them. You know, price report, CryptoJet. Both of you have made a huge impact on my journey. Thank you both. Oh yeah, CryptoJet, man, you got to get on the price report. I sold Macy last night at 377, made 20%. Love you, Timmy313. God bless you, bro. That's awesome. See? And Bitcoin struggling, 29.4. Let's take a look at BTC. My trade not playing out. It is a Friday. Low liquidity, so they just kind of go after whoever's got a stop loss. It's not the best play. It's tough trading on Fridays, I'll tell you that. What do you want, my love? There's a French fry? Okay, we'll keep it all. I'll throw it in the trash. Can I have a hug? Oh. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Are you okay? You okay? Okay. Oh my gosh, my kids make me so happy, man. They really do. Like, I have so much joy with my kids. So, I mean, we still have this hidden bullish. To me, it's just really weird that we're not going to get a breakout. However, there's supportive resistance involved, and we had a major resistance at 29.66666. Can't get above it. However, we're still, to me, let's take a look. I want to make sure I'm not like trying to be overly bullish now and find out if I have a bullish or bearish bias here. Pretty weird price action. It did break out the flag. So look, the flag broke out. It's now kind of playing outside the flag. But the flag broke out. And technically, look what I see now. I see a symmetrical triangle. Oh no, I see a descending. I see a descending triangle. That looks like it's gonna dump. You found your diapers? Can I see one of those? Can I see one? Oh wow, these are all your diapers? I thought you go to the bathroom in the toilet now. A little bit? I love you. I love you. I love you too. You know how many kids don't have, there's orphans out there and no one's telling them they love them? They're in foster care right now and no one's telling them they love them. See how this 21's curving down? I'll be honest. Even though I was adamant about the hidden bullish and it looked good, kind of see some pullback action. It's tough. I'll be honest. I'm getting mixed signals for Bitcoin. Hidden bullish is strong though. Tells me to stay inside the trade no matter how bearish it looks. So, but I am seeing how the moving averages could conjoin. We'd have to start going sideways and pull the 21 up and start kind of ripping back to the upside. So look, shoulder, kind of head, shoulder. This looks like you're going to get a quick little dump. Somewhere back down to 29.738, where that stop might be too. That looks like it's coming, I'll be honest. Just because it's a descending triangle, they break to the downside, shoulder, head, shoulder. Doesn't look amazing, I'll be honest, at all. Get out here. What is Bookmap telling us, Sam? Let's take a look at Bookmap. Shout out to everybody here at 11:44 p.m. Thank you so much for being in the live. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Ooh, big news. I see some big news for one of my investments. I hold EGLD long term. I'm going to sell for like $1,000. I truly believe it can get back to all-time high and more. At least $500 again. And it's at $20. That's a 25x for EGLD. And it's coming, in my humble opinion. It is coming. We're going to talk about that and what they just did right now. It's some big news. And we're going to break you off with the news real quick so you don't have to go anywhere else to get the best sauce in the game. A lot of times I watch these other news channels. These are the same exact news things that they're going over, and we go over them beforehand a lot of times too. All right. Okay. Shout out to everybody here. My name is Samuel James Price, and I have a channel called the Crypto Lifer channel. I'm the Crypto Lifer. I dedicated my life to crypto, and through that, so many other people have as well. We have a beautiful community, and I bring you the news every single day in a 3 to 5 minute segment wrapped up in a tight little bow, whether it's fintech, crypto, or finance, Web3. Let's break down and talk about it right now and see what's happening and what's in store for you. Google Cloud teams up with Multiverse X amid blockchain firm focus on the metaverse. I got into this coin when it was $20. I love EGLD. They rebranded the Multiverse X, and they're still pushing forward. I think this is a beautiful coin that can continue to move. Google Cloud has partnered with the blockchain infrastructure firm Multiverse X, formerly Elrond, to boost its Web3 presence. EGLD, baby. Google's Cloud BigQuery Data Warehouse has integrated Multiverse X, which helps Web3 projects and users derive valuable insights from powerful data analytics and artificial intelligence tools with Google Cloud ecosystem. I still hold a boatload of EGLD. It's one of my bigger holdings. I love them. I've been really behind them on the scenes. I don't talk to them about them a lot because they're not in the news as much as they used to be, but I believe they're going to be a big mover in the bull run, and to see them linking up with Google Cloud got me really excited about my bags. Multiverse X EGLD token rallies on partnership with EGLD, right? Ran up 10%, just over 26% during European hours on Friday. Google, Multiverse X, that low at $20. I'm up on my $20 buy, baby. Let's go. Tether will publish reserve data in real time in 2024. Tether had a 3.3 billion excess in reserves at the end of Q2. In 2024, stablecoin issuer Tether will publish a real-time data on the reserves backing USDT, the industry's largest dollar-pegged stablecoin. I'm telling you right now, they're hedged better than the banks. The banks have no money behind their money. The banks are broke. The banks run on debt. That's what they do. They repurpose debt. That's all they do, over and over and over again. You put money in the bank, it's fractional reserve lending. For instance, you take $1,000 and put it into the bank. You know what happens to that? They either keep the $1,000 and lend out nine grand and say your 1,000 is the deposit on 10, or they keep your $100 in your bank account and they lend out 900. They just replace it with the digits, but they create the money out of thin air. So this is what happens. I go to work and I make $3,000 and I go and I deposit into the bank. Great, right? Then someone comes out for a loan, and when they come out and take that loan, they use my deposit to give that person the loan, right? You see what I mean? So my deposit becomes their way of giving someone else a loan at a fractional reserve lending rate. So if I put $3,000, then a guy who wants a landscaping company decides he needs $30,000. So he gets the $3,000. My $3,000 is the deposit of their 10%. He goes, and what does he do? He buys a bunch of stuff at Home Depot, or maybe at a local guy who sells the stuff. That guy takes the money. What does he do? He goes back into the bank. What do? They do the same thing they did to my money to the next person. This continues over and over and over and over again. The Federal Reserve basically buys our bonds from the U.S. government and then sells them. Big banks buy our bonds from the government and sell them to the Federal Reserve at a profit. It's ridiculous what's going on. 6 families privately own the Federal Reserve and make money on the debt. So they basically are a private company. They force our government to borrow money because they pay people. So this is what it is. There's a private group of people. They hire people and lobbyists, and they have people working for them that are politicians that are mainly loyal to the Federal Reserve, not to America. And what they do is they basically continue to tell everyone, oh, yeah, we need to borrow more money. We need to do these things. They keep pushing borrow money, go to war, anything they can to borrow money. They don't care. And so the U.S. votes and we borrow more money. Look at the debt we're in now, the deficit spending. You see the debt clock ceiling? It's out of control. Anyway, I just had to bring this up that Tether is far more reserved than the banking system, and we're going to prove it. This is going to push crypto further ahead than everything else. We can see it. They're so stupid. They're going against us, but we can see our blockchain. Like, we can see where the money is. We can't see where their money is. Like, that's not what we can't see any blockchain at Chase Bank, which is the worst bank in the world. Don't ever use Chase. They might just kick you out of the bank one day and not even tell you why. It could happen to you. Trust me. It happened to someone I know asking for a friend. But anyway, Tether will publish reserve data in 2024. That's an absolute amazing thing. And hybrid crypto exchange GRVT to debut as its first hyperchain in ZK Sync ecosystem. ZK Sync continues to roll. Like, it really does. It's been an amazing blockchain. But the hybrid crypto exchange GRVT, I can't get rid of this little window. I don't know why. It's so annoying lately. Hybrid crypto exchange GRTV will launch as ZK Sync's first hyperchain, Matter Lab said. Hyperchains are custom blockchains that will run either as layer 2 networks parallel to ZK Sync or as layer 3 validiums in the ZK Sync ecosystem. Who creates up with these names? Validiums, you know what I mean? Pretty interesting. GRVT pronounced Gravity, a hybrid crypto exchange that combines the benefits of centralized and decentralized exchanges, will debut at its first hyperchain in the ZK Sync ecosystem. When it's all said and done, we all should be trading on hardware wallets, decentralized. No one should be on a centralized exchange. That's where we're headed. That's what John McAfee always spoke about. That was his vision for where we would go. All right. Philippines-based crypto exchange appears to have lost 12.2 million XRP in a possible exploit. The Philippines-based crypto exchange Coins.ph lost 12.2 million XRP tokens. It would appear to have been an exploit on Tuesday. A hacker appeared to have sent XRP tokens through OKX, Whitebit, and 2 non-custodial exchanges, among destinations. There's still that going on. Get yourself a hardware wallet. Link in the description below. Make sure you're protected. Let's go. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's break down what's happening for Bitcoin. Is it going to bounce? What's going to happen? We're sideways right now. I got hidden below divergence with a descending triangle. You know? Are we making this type of falling wedge? First time I'm seeing something like this, but there's a chance. And then do we break all the way back down here to the bottom of the pattern? Once we break, I mean, see how we broke the 21 and now we're breaking the 50? Usually means you're going to come all the way down to the 200 SMA. Bitcoin struggling at 29,500, attempting to hold that zone. But only time will tell. We don't see a lot of bulls. We don't see a lot of bears. The 15-minute is very oversold and wants to bounce, but it could easily turn on us. And that's why I go by that pattern. The 1 hour is attempting to get a bounce, but has also got some bearish candles. Let's get back to the smaller time frames where we can see more action. And here, I mean, you're looking more of a symmetrical triangle on the 7 than a descending triangle on the 15, but it still has descending vibes. You know, it's not an amazing pattern. That line is pretty flat compared to, you know, a different type of pattern. So this also suggests if we can't get back above the 200, so if you can't flip this 21 in the next, look, if you don't see price action get above this 21 and you start to slip and then you see this curve, and you go more sideways, you're dumping down to the 200 SMA. Just what it is. And I really do see this as a descending triangle. I'm going to go to another chart for a split second and just show you really a clean idea, right? Let's use like the MEXC spot chart. Make sure I got nothing on it. Remove my moving averages. And yesterday was the longest. I said it to my trading group. Yesterday was the longest I spent. Like I spent like 5 hours and I didn't look at the Bitcoin chart since May. Like when you work Bitcoin every day, I mean, and it's part of your job, it's a pretty insane life, I'll be honest. I don't know how I chose this type of lifestyle. I didn't even really choose it. I just dreamed it. And next thing you know, it kind of happened. It was God's plan. And now I'm here. You know, I know I had something to do with it. I had dreams and visions, but it's been an amazing run. So look, we could be making this type of falling wedge here. That line breaks, we're dropping back down. So you're in a symmetrical triangle here, nice and easy. And then you got this beautiful support zone right here. Previous resistance becomes support. And you have you feel this inefficiency. Look at this. You knew when we got up here, I just want to show you something. We had a rising wedge. Rising wedges break to the downside. We double topped. All right. After that massive move last night, 30,100 became resistance. And what do I see here? But I see an inefficiency, right? An inefficiency is when this candle doesn't close in this, you know. I see people drawing these and they don't explain how they got them because they want to look smarter than you know. I was watching a guy the other day. He was like, I order block. You know, it's like, just tell people why you have an order block there, man, because that candle doesn't close on that candle. You know what I mean? Don't try to be a genius. Like, explain things simply so other people can figure out what you're doing, you know? Anyway, it's just funny to me. When I see people using concepts and I know what they're doing, it just makes me laugh. But look, we came right to that order block. You see that? Because we had a gap, and that's fair value gap, you're coming down. I see this more of a shoulder ahead, kind of shouldering, but I still see the hidden bullish too. Honestly, though, now I got smart for a second. Hold on, I just saw something different. My brain looked at it differently. That's why I work at the chart. Like, there's always, every once in a while I get an epiphany. But so that's a swing up, and we got a breakout. That could have been the hidden bullish right there, and now it's been negated. Tells me that, yeah, because then I've never skipped a line, and now you're skipping that line. Now that's its own divergence right there. It's funny, that was a bullish div too, though, because look, that was a swing down, while that was a swing up on the RSI. And you did get the bounce, but not above resistance. So we have a nice resistance for Bitcoin. I don't need that white line. We have a nice resistance for Bitcoin right now at 29,640. All right. And we see a symmetrical triangle getting tighter and tighter in the zone. All right. Bang. Anyway, so symmetrical triangles could break up or down either way. I forgot I was live for a split second. I'm so tired. I literally started itching, and I was like, am I just alone? And I was like, dude, you're not alone. You have like 500 people watching you, dude. Like, stop itching your face, man. So crazy, man. I think I'm insane. Anyway, 29,187. Measured move takes you to 29,886. We're inside of symmetrical, getting tighter and tighter. Because there's, I'm negating the hidden bullish. I'm saying it already played out. We already got the push, and then we got rejected. So that hidden bullish kind of did its thing. I don't know. The 15-minute suggests that still somewhat exists. I mean, that's an Adam and Eve double top. You see it? I see a lot of bearishness right now. I just have to be honest. Symmetrical triangles break to the downside more often than they don't. But just be careful, everybody. I trade light on these days, especially on a Friday. And I'm going to do one more chart. And we'll zoom out to just the 4-hour time frame. We won't look at another time frame. Just going to look at the 4-hour alone on this one. Tweezer topping. High stochastic. Bearish diff. Short was the wick. Came down. Flip on your moving averages. You're too far from the 21. You're either going down like this or sideways like this. Same thing we talked about when we were here. This is why I figured this out. So don't laugh at my crazy system. A lot of people think it's funny when they first see it. I don't give a damn. They think it's like beginners. I don't know what they think. But I don't care what they think because I know what I'm doing. That's what matters. And so I drew this too. And I said, listen, we're either going to make a move back down. I knew we weren't going to pump until we touched the 21. So we're either going to go sideways and pump or we're going to come down and pump. I knew this. I studied the 21 in price action, and look what happened. Right? Bang. That's why I'm doing it for you right now. The same thing. Doing the same thing for you guys right now here. So, don't, you know what I mean? That's how we figured out this huge pump. Not knowing is how you know. Isn't that weird? Truly not knowing is how you know. All right? Truly not knowing is how you know. You get it? Once you know, you can't know. So if you're like, oh, price action's going up tomorrow, then you're probably going to get rocked. Right now, I'm admitting that I don't know by drawing the Twisted Sister. The Twisted Sister says, I have a good idea of where we're going, but I don't know exactly yet. I'm going to lay these out, and as price action switches either way, it's going to confirm my projection. I found that I call this the Twisted Sister. I'm known for it. No one else calls this. I've made this up. It's 2-pattern system. You watch price action, and what's going to happen is it makes a symmetrical. And it's either going to go down here or go up here. This is going to be your key. This is such a beautiful way to trade, And once you pick this one, you're more likely to get the banger. If you pick this one, then you wait for the 618 fib. It's so beautiful. Or the 786. You wait for some type of golden pocket, and that's where you're likely to touch the 21 and get the rip up. Either one's going to be a great trade, and I know how to take both, but I just got to watch it to see which one it is. I've done this so many times. I did it there. Like, you're going to learn the strategy with me if you watch me every single day. All right? It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I don't think I did a good ending to the news. Do you guys need an ending? Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. Thank you so much for watching the news. I greatly appreciate it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Every single day I go live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And I bring you the news every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I go live on Christmas. I go live on Thanksgiving, my birthday, Easter. Heck, I was live when my wife was giving birth in labor. I had my computer with me, and I said I should go live. And she said, I'm going to miss my stream if I don't. She said, no worries. You can stream. I really want you to. She said, the drugs won't kick in for a little while. You have a few hours. So nurses were coming in and out. I was sitting there going over the charts, streaming. That video is out there somewhere where I'm streaming. And you can even see, I put the camera. You can see my wife in labor. I'm streaming while we're in labor. That's how dedicated I was to this trading group, man. That's how dedicated I was to my YouTube channel. Like, insane. But thank you so much for watching the news, and I greatly appreciate it. All right. So that's kind of where we stand with Bitcoin. 4 hour doesn't look amazing. Tweezer topping, Not looking good. Bearish divergence coming down. There could be some action on the smaller time frames. You know what I mean? We still could get the pump. Anything could happen here. We're watching the flag. I got that TA for you guys already done. And to me, it does say we get a little bit of a pump. Even if the 4 hour is bearish, it does suggest that the 15-minute can get a little bit of a pump up here and then start to kind of go up and down throughout the pattern. So that's why I was long. We'll see what happens. And we'll watch price action as it gets tighter and tighter in the zone. Back to the BTC. What is it? The Bybit spot? No. It was just probably BTC Binance, right? Thank you so much, man. Super chats have disappeared. But you know what? I gave them away to someone else. That's kind of what I did, right? So that's how you do it. And then I doubled it on top of that, right? It's been a very giving month for me. I just felt the need to give back. I don't, that's just what's been going on. Take a look at our 7-minute time frame. Just kind of back you up again. Let's see if there's any inefficiencies around. There's one right there, but it's really small, and it's below a beautiful supportive resistance level. No, the last one was pretty... We got one right here that has to be filled, so this is a good sign. We got one right here. And let's zoom into that just to kind of make sure it's official. I like to really zoom into stuff. Zooming in is fun, in my opinion, especially, you go through the charts, you're high, you're really deep diving. And so look, this candle here does not come in contact with this candle up here. It's a pretty nice gap, all right? So tells us that we can even get a move to the upside here for Bitcoin, all right? I don't like the pattern. The pattern suggests we don't. This is messy. Let me clean this up. It's got descending triangle vibes for sure. Look at that thing. These are very bearish patterns, and they dump most of the time. We haven't made it yet. We have to come down and get to the flat zone here, but it's just it's a nasty pattern. And then I see this kind of as an Adam and Eve double top. Not that. You're likely coming to... I got to say, you know what? I'm calling short for Bitcoin. Here's the deal. Here's the trade. Took me the whole stream to feel what I felt. And again, it's Friday. The short could get pounded. But that's the short I'm looking at right there for Bitcoin. It's likely to break down. You have the Adam and Eve double top. You're in the descending triangle. The 4 hours bearish. It's a good chance you take a dump here to the downside. All right? Also, there's a lot of gains in the last few weeks. Plus, they need people to think we're going to go down or something. I don't know how they do that, but they got to induce some type of shorts to get us back to the upside. Look for a bullish divergence and a bounce there, and then we'll be hitting previous support and resistance. And remember, there's going to be an order up here. There's an order. That's a order block that needs to be filled. So I'm seeing a dump to the downside here. And again, if we get back above this, you can just close the trade. You don't need to be stopped out. Make sure we keep resistance. So if Bitcoin stays below 29.6, we're likely going further to the downside. And we already did that. Low. We have a high. We have a low. We have a lower high right there. This thing is likely to come down. There's a mini downtrend right now. And I could be wrong, but the way the moving average is setting up. Now, if we flip back above the 21, it negates everything. So if the price can flip back above this white line, there's a chance that you have to flip long again. But as long as you stay below this 21-day moving average, you're likely dropping further to the downside. Oh, look, and now I kind of see, I didn't see this before. It's kind of a bear flag that broke back inside the pattern, and has a measured move to the downside as well. So now I'm getting some bear flag vibes. All right, I might have thrown too much at you, but that's what it is. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I cannot believe we end the show at 12 o'clock. Super chat, sauce, token sauce on MEXC. Saucer token sauce. UNFI, hot, after hours. Super chats, after hours, just a little give back. If you get a chance, I dropped a testimonial. Would love if you shared it with all the new people here. Much love, Sammy. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's look at that testimonial. I really appreciate you. Testimonials are absolutely amazing. All right. God bless everybody here on the live. All right. Just letting it fly right out of my hand, man, to people that need it. I could have bought so many nice things for myself, gone on vacations. Who cares, man? Other people need it more than I do. You know what I mean? Such a key, what a beautiful thing, man. Let me read this testimonial, and thank you so much for the testimonial. And I'll read it again when there's even more people on the live. I feel like Bookmap's starting to eat through the eat through my RAM now. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that happens. All right, here we go. All right, I hope I don't cry, man. Master friend, get ready for this if you're not in too busy of a trade. Please, if you are thinking about joining, do not hesitate. I'm not going to write a paragraph as I have before about how Sam is the greatest mentor you could possibly imagine, which is true. I'm just going to show you the results. I do this constantly over and over again. Green line was the entry line. The top was my take profit gains in my sleep, man. Where else are you going to learn how to print hundreds of dollars in your sleep? The results and the skill you would take from this group is undeniable. Much love to Crypto Lifer and Master Friend, as you both have helped me so much. Futures take profit triggered as filled completely. Bang. 664% gains. In at 29.2, out at 23, 30. He like sold the top of Bitcoin too. You know? Unbelievable. Yeah, and that was last night because we broke out, came back down, and then we still stayed in the flag, and then you nailed it. Nailed it, bro. God bless you, man. I was like senile and missed it too. It's like so crazy, but amazing. Thank you so much for the testimony. I greatly appreciate that. I slowed you some love on Crypto Banter. He had Garrick Soloway on his show. Garrick said he's up at 4 a.m. daily on the grind. Rand said that's why crypto loves you. I showed some love on Crypto Banter. He had Garrick Soloway on his show. Garrick said he's up at 4 a.m. daily on the grind. Rand said that's why crypto loves you. Rand said he didn't know many that grind like him and Gareth. I said he needs to check you out. Man, no one else has gone 1,000 days straight. No one. Nobody. Everyone's taking a day off, man. I don't have to say anything. My channel is going to do its thing. I work so hard. My actions will speak so loud, I won't have to say a word, man. People are afraid of me, man. I can tell. I go to parties and people like, I know, you know when someone like watches you from afar and then you catch them looking at you, like, people are like, dude, that's the dude. He's going to take over YouTube. I know it. I can feel it, man. Intimidated by the consistency, not anything else. Just intimidated by the consistency. Like, they're just like, how does he do it every single day? Like, let's take a look at UNFI for you guys. Looked really nice. Oversold on all time frames. Maybe not. You never know. So did it get a spike? Hold up. See, my RAM's getting eaten. I gotta like shut this computer down. It can't handle Bookmap anymore. Oh, I didn't load up Bookmap. I was about to load. I had it in waiting. So we looked at UNFI closely in this giant cup and handle, right? And we wanted to bounce at the golden pocket, but now it's at the 706. It's kind of playing games, extremely oversold now. I'll be honest, a lot of newbies, they get into these trades, a day goes by, 2 days goes by, and they're like, how come I didn't make any money? It could take 2-3 weeks sometimes, and you'll make massive amounts in a large, but then when you look, say if it take you say in 2 weeks you make 100%. That's 14 days, right? See, a lot of newbies can't do this, so let me show you. If we take the calculator route and we say, okay, if you were to do this if you were to make 100% in 14 days, it's about 8, right? But we'll go over the math. 100 divided by 14, right? That means you were making 7% a day. Now, what if there was 10 days straight, you didn't make 7%? What happens is beginners get depressed and start thinking they're not doing anything. And it's really hard for a beginner trader to take long-term gains or swing gains because they thinking they need to get rewarded immediately, and it just doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure Bitcoin is dumping now, as we spoke about, right? Let's just double check on that. Chart's taking a while to load now. Bookmap has a massive amount of liquidity to the downside. Big fat order down there at 29K. Likely we're going down to that level. That matches the areas of support of measured moves that I have. So just a big order down there, really. Nothing else today. Bookmap's highly accurate. So jump into Bookmap today. And everyone, linked in the pinned comment section. Let's take a look at the poll here. What'd you guys say in the poll? How many votes? We got 666 votes. Unbelievable. 666. Can someone else vote real quick? Maybe I can vote, right? Change that. That's crazy, though. 6666. Will Bitcoin be above or below 35K by Christmas? Yes or no? You know what I mean? I should say above or below, but you get what I was saying, right? Yes, it will be. It says 68% of the people. Interesting. Are the people right this time? Only time will tell. Get rid of these tools. Yeah, so far the trade has started to kind of drop a little bit. Entry right there, and you're already up. So entry is 29,551. It's already at 29,475. I mean, with the amount of leverage you could use right there, that's a nice gainer, And it really is looking like a descending triangle that's going to break to the downside. There's 29,182, and there's like 28. This is really the vicinity of that big order, 29,000. So let's see if there's an order block that got missed down there at 29K. Probably is. Right there, there's a little one. See, that didn't hit that. I don't know how sensitive they are. Haven't backtested that theory. There's an order block right there, barely hit, but nothing crazy down at 29. There's a lot of chop, though. There's actually one right there where it's supposed to be at 29.3. So here's an inefficiency right there. Now, I also don't backtest these on time frames. Is a 1 minute stronger than a 7? Is it just like the other things, a 1 hour inefficiency stronger? What if there's no inefficiency and it's only one time frame? Does it respect that? There's a lot of questions I'll have to ask my mentor. You know what I mean? Hey, every mentor has a mentor. If you're not getting mentored throughout your life, you're missing out. All right? 15-minute gap at 29.1. 15-minute gap at 29.1. Let's take a look. Maybe that's the same gap that I found, or big gap right there, 29.4. We filled that. That's how you knew we were coming down. There's a decent gap right there. Right there. Yep. And that's 29K. There it is. These guys play the same order books, man. Bookmap is creepily linked up, right? So, again, we may not dump. I don't want to, there's a chance we bounce off. We're very oversold in the 15-minute. I don't know why we didn't bounce. Again, and so that's why I watched the 21-day moving average in the 7. Because if we flip this, then it's likely that we're going to get a move back to the top of the pattern. If we stay below this, we're going to continue to dump. I'd watch the 7 for the move to the 200 SMA, and then I look for some bearish retest to continue to the downside to this bullish order block at 29K. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to jump on out for the day. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to join my trading group, go to CryptoLifer.com, brand new website that we just worked our butt off creating. My whole team collaborating, multiple team meetings, back and forth with the developer. This is actually supposed to move, and you're supposed to read, but he said he couldn't do, something happened with it. We would like it to be able to be a little more interactive if possible, but for now, we don't want to push it. We also want to add a trading educational portal here where you can see what you watched, watch the portal, and then, like, you know what I mean? It will be a whole educational center where you can jump on in and learn more and more every single day. So I see a lot of people asking Master Friend for a DM for, you know, what's the leverage class DM? I see people asking me, people DM me. Please don't DM me. I appreciate the DMs, and every once in a while I do answer them. So, like, there's a few, you know, but if you need something of the business, if you can't log into your Discord, like, people will literally DM me, how do I get into Discord? Like, I run technical support for my company. I'm like the CEO front guy. Like, do you think I'm really going to sit down and tell you how to get into Discord? Also, I've never got into a I've joined a few servers in my life, but I'm not a really big, you know, I run a Discord, but I created one and people join it, so I don't get in and out of them all the time. So my team knows way more about how to get in and out of the Discord or the issues that go with the Discord than I do. I don't know about the back end as much. I hire someone to do that, right? So contact us, hit this button. If you have any issues at all, just go to support here. Click in your issue, your name and your email. You will get a response back. I'm telling you right now, I have the best customer service in the game. The best customer service in the game. So please try to refrain from DMing everyone in the group for things you need. Please use this. Please, I'm begging everybody. It helps out. You will get a better answer faster, I'm telling you. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when we post our next video. Let's go XRP, baby. They won the case, babe. No settlement. They beat them down. Everyone, we love you. We appreciate you. And big news today. I'm going to be on Ben Armstrong's channel, Crypto Crossfire, today. All right, let's take a look at that. You might be live right now. My man, Ben, man. But Crypto Crossfire, if I could spell. But I'm going to be on Crypto Crossfire today at, I believe, 4 p.m. There's my man Ben right there. I'm jumping off. Jump onto the Ben's channel. He's going to be ripping for a while. And I'm going to be on this channel today. All right? I can't wait. It's going to be super exciting. My debut with Ben on the Ben Armstrong channel, man. So God bless everybody here. May you have a wonderful day. Look at that short dumping to the downside as we told you it was going to. Let's take a look here. Flooding down 29,450. You're now really in the money from the 29,550 area. That's a $100 Bitcoin move. That ain't bad, right? And once it breaches this line, it's going to continue. See how the 21 is curving? I see a drop down to the 21-day moving average for Bitcoin. All right. No stop loss got hit. Once we get lower than here, we can break the break even and call it a risk-free trade. So God bless everybody on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. You just had a beautiful experience with the Crypto Lifer. Shout out to everyone that makes this show possible. Shout out to my whole entire team that makes banners, logos, ideas. Shout out to all the traders in my group that push forward. Shout out to Master Friend, always helping people with his heart and his education. Shout out to every single person that has been inspired by me to help others. We're going to continue to do so every single day. We're going to be dedicated to God, dedicated to people, and dedicated to education. And through that, we will find our way, just like I did. God bless everybody here. I appreciate your viewership. I appreciate your super chats. Thank you so much for the love. It was amazing. Let's look at that fan funding. Always want to give back at least to talk about who funded the channel here today and give you guys a bit of a shout out. Let's look at the fan funding real quick. Shout out, we have XLM, Bullish Chef. Thank you so much for becoming a member. How do you think BTC reacts if tensions continue to rise? We talked about that. Just give back. If you get a chance, I dropped a testimonial. We read that. Thank you so much. He dropped money to read a testimonial. Sammy, can you please take a look at UNFI? We took a look at that. Hot USDT when you have a chance. That's an old coin, man. Saucer swap on MEXC. First super chat. Birdman, we love you. I'm so sorry I didn't see that. People get really offended when I don't. Birdman's been a long-term person, man. I really saucer swap on MEXC. Saucer swap token. Sorry, I was just really distracted with Bitcoin during the entire live stream, so I didn't get a chance to get into that. I'm also worried about my daughter. She's sick. She's on my mind right now, and I'm trying to channel that away from my head, but it is distracting me a little bit. I'll be honest. Hot hold token. These are tiny new little coins that I haven't really gotten. There's a lot of gaps in that coin too. I apologize. If you're in the trading group, I'll put out a chart to these. And I don't like to miss super chats because that's how you don't get more super chats. You know what I mean? You want to make sure. We get pumped up to the 200 SMA, hit the daily. Likely to come back down to the 21. Pull a Fibonacci and wait for that to come to the golden pocket before you touch it again, personally. Has to touch the 21-day moving average before it can pump on the daily. It may have other pumps in the small time frames, but the bigger eye picture is you're going to come back down to the 21, get tight before a bigger move. Bit of a cup and handle, though, for hot token USDT. And let's take a look at Saucer Swap. Never heard about this thing, and my RAM is done. Saucer Swap token sauce on MEXC. I mean, it's in a giant cup and handle. It came back down to a fib level. Reminds me of a Pop Smoke song a little bit, right? It does. I mean, he liked that drill rap, man. That was one that caught me too. Like, you know, he put his Airbnb address. He took pictures of the stuff that he got. And on the stuff, he got a package. And when he did it, he did like some type of Instagram story. They could see where he was. And some Crips literally came and got him. Like, it's just so crazy, man. So be careful when you post on social media. Like, if I'm eating with my family and I post, I usually post, we eat, and then we leave the location and I post it like I'm there. You know what I mean? Just for my own safety, man. Like, once you're known in social media as maybe having a little more than the average person, like, you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful. Like, so shout out to Pop Smoke, RIP, man. Moment of silence for him, man. Young dude. He was going to have a budding career. He really was, man. He had 50 behind him, a lot of people. And whenever I think about him, I get a little sad, man. And I think he was going to be a real one in the industry, too. He was never going to do that fakeness. You could tell he was a real one. So, look, we bounced off the 786. We came up above the 706. We're in the golden pocket right now for Sauce. It's really interesting. And we have previous support acting as resistance here. We had a chunk of resistance. We bounced off of it. It's a good sign. Let's take a look at your stochastics RSI on the daily time frame. The daily looks like you could get a move, but it's a little overbought, isn't it? Now, it could just go sideways for a while. These coins that don't have a lot of volume, not too big, go sideways for a while. But I like what I'm seeing here. It might slip back down to the 706. This is just an area I would, if you believe in this coin, it's a good accumulation zone. But that, it's up to the person. Well, you just scared me. Please don't do that. You remind me of when I fell down on the ground. Like, I swear to God. You gave me PSD from that. No, you think I'm joking? Look at me. I got PSD from that. I really did. Like, I'm just like more skittish now ever since that day. You think I'm joking? You think I'm dead joking, right? I'm dead serious.
What do you want me to say?
I'm just being dead serious. It's not a joke, man.
It's funny.
I still feel sick from what happened that day. It's so weird. Oh my gosh. I mean, to bounce off that block, look at our 3-day chart. 3-day chart's just getting started, so I like to stick on that 3-day. All the other charts can blind you. 3-day chart can really teach you. It takes so much patience to stay in a 3-day chart, though. It takes a lot of patience. You know what I mean?
I was thinking if you stop streaming now, we'll have 3 hours before you have to go on the event show and we can go to the beach. Summer can stay in a cabana on a chaise, Sammy?
Yeah.
But we'd have to...
Yo, you said, can you do this one too, please? I hit it and then the link went back. My RAM is bugging out. Let me see. Like, Discord's taking mad long. Look, I hit the link and then it, all right, here we go. I first joined the trading group in May 2021 and have learned and gained so much knowledge. Lifers Group is so much more than just a trading group. In reality, it's the best community you could come. I mean, I just... It's hard for me to promote things I don't do, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't do funded trading. But he became a funded trader. You know what I mean? I first joined the trading group in May of 2021, and I've learned to gain so much knowledge. Lifers Group is much more than just a trading group, and really is the best community you could ask for when it comes to crypto trading. I've seen so much growth since joining this group, and only getting stronger, and it continues to push forward. It's a true testament to Lifers' dedication. Over the last 2 years, my crypto portfolio has significantly grown thanks to the teachings and the dedication of Crypto Lifer. The next bull run will be life-changing, and Lifers' dedication to this group, and crypto has helped me tremendously to prepare. A few months ago, I took Master Friend's Leverage Mastery class and started dabbling in the futures market. I am now a 6-figure funded trader. Thanks to the mentorship of Master Friend, and my crypto futures portfolio has 3x since I took the Master Leverage class. No more losing trades when you learn how to properly manage high leverage and mitigate strategies. This trading group offers so much more value, and the membership provided by both Crypto Lifer and the Master Friend are world class. Whether you're a new or experienced trader, this is the place to be. Thank you, Sam and Friend, so much. Proud to be a lifer. Certified funded trader right there, and he did it. He did it. Many people become certified funded traders through the program, which Master Friend puts you through vigorously. So if that's what you're going for, if that's what you want to do, go on and do it, man. And we can get you done if that's what you're looking for. So, sorry I'm recalcitrant and I'm not the best. I will work better on promoting things that I don't do because I have trust and faith that Master Friend will show you things that you never thought possible. I will never be a funded trader. I will never fund myself. I will never do that. It's just not my thing. But I'm not putting down someone that is a funded trader, and they may make way more money than me. You know what I mean? It's just something that I don't think I'll ever do. You know what I mean? I just made my money. I started with 500, turned it to 1,000, turned it to 2,000, turned it into 100, turned it into 200, and I just grinded. And I believe anyone could do that without a fund. But if you have the strategy and you have a hit rate and you just need more money to pay the bills, then then it does work. So, you know what I mean? I like speculating and looking for amazing projects on the low. Like, I like spending a lot of my time researching. I spend a lot of my time meeting people and finding out what projects and I'm a speculative investor, you know what I mean? I like to find things before everyone else. And that's right now, there's a few coins out there that no one's going to know about that we're going to be able to make a move on, right? So. Okay. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next live stream. God bless. I'm supposed to be on vacation, and I live stream till 12:30. I don't know how that works. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed day. God bless.